Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shenandoah Esports Arena. Here today we have the Gamer Bash, partnered with the Clark County Parks and Recreation. Thank you so much for being here. It is going to be an absolute blast. We have many challengers entering here today. One person sitting on the throne currently, Willie, winning in the last matchup on March 29th. We'll see if anyone can dethrone the king, but first we're going to toss it over to our casters, Chris, Kevin. Guys, take it away.
That was us on camera. That was pretty cool. Thank you very much, Ben. Hey, I'm Chris. This is Kevin. We are happy to have you all here at our Shenandoah Esports Arena here in Winchester, Virginia. It's a beautiful day, and a beautiful day to play some Smash Bros. Because this is our follow-up. This tournament has been played once before. We've got a lot of returners, including our reigning champion here looking to defend his title. We've got a lot of fun coming your way here tonight.
Yeah, here's the big thing, Chris, a bit of the storyline going forward. We can see that the top three, which was going to be, we saw Willie take it all up against Kip, two players from Shenandoah University who have made a statement the last time around. But the third place player, DJ Show Ryu, is not here today, Chris. That means that there is someone who may be able to try and battle on against Kip and Willie earlier on in the bracket and really try to make a statement for themselves, because right now you got to know how to deal with Kazuya, you got to know how to deal with Pac-Man, and that is a tall ask.
Yeah, big opportunity for the pool at large here, as Podium has now opened up. 2 returners out of 3 means we've got 1 potential spot for a newcomer. We'll see who it is. But real quick, before we get into the action, I want to thank our sponsors that brought us here today. We've got GUI helping us out, as well as Alamo Draft House, Narangs Management Corporations, Cousins Adventure Parks, Skank Foods, and Funkhauser as well. So thank you so much to them as we load into our first game here, our first series of our Gamer Bash here from Winchester, Virginia.
Chris said it's starting off with Kazuya Mishima. I wouldn't have it any other way, because we get a chance to gush about the character. One grab into a Wind Godfist will not combo into too much, but we do have the Wario matchup into the Kazuya starting things off, which could work out real nice.
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about having to know how to deal with Kazuya, because there is a Kazuya at the top of this bracket, the, I guess, theoretical favorite coming into today. Well, here we go. We've got a second Kazuya contender. This is not Willie. This is Chiliad Emerald making an appearance, one of the, I believe, Academy Smash players here at Shenandoah University, so representing the school, the venue here, making their appearance as they pull up 2 stocks already. I believe these will be best of 5s as well, so nothing too crazy so far. A long way to go for both of these players, but Chiliad Emerald doing a great job of pulling ahead here to start.
Yeah, we do see Chunky Cheese looking for a couple of good hits. Does find a quick forward air to keep things going as he uses the up tilts into the upbeat, but does get caught. A quick grab into the Wind Godfist will get a little bit of damage rolling, as it's going to be very difficult for Wario to land in a situation like this. The forward smash comes out, but the armor is broken as Chunky Cheese is looking for a little bit more.
Yeah, goes for the upbeat, trying to catch the roll. Chiliad Emerald does not fall for it just yet, but Chunky Cheese is able to get back to the stage very briefly, but Chiliad Emerald doing a great job of defending the ledge. Goes for forward smash. Oh, wow. It does go down to the bike. I'm not even sure what happened there. It looked like they were holding down their shield, but couldn't quite get out of it.
Yeah, I think at that moment, Kazuya had just a little bit of shield poke there to get that bike going and to have that KO. That bike hits hard, Chris. If you're throwing that thing, that's a hunk of metal. That thing hurts a ton. So being ready for that, it's great when you're able to use it when you can get it out. But if it's back on the stage, sometimes it could be used against you.
Yeah, it certainly can, and it can do a lot of damage. You said it, that bike hurts a lot. Usually we see the Wario throwing it at other people, but unfortunately that time around, not the case. So 1-0 lead in favor of Chiliad Emerald. A strong start, and again, a Kazuya contender here on the night. I hate to keep talking about people that aren't on your screen, but there's certainly a bounty, I guess. I mean, I know that is an actual thing that happens. That's not what I'm talking about, but, like, yeah, there's a target. There is a reigning champ here that I'm sure many people are looking to dethrone, and one way to do it would be to play their own character and see how well they fare into that matchup. So Chiliad Emerald making a heck of a statement so far in round one.
Yeah, and I think as we hop into round 2, we will see a bit of a smaller stage trying to potentially prevent any sort of spacing game as we see the forward smash and the back air call out the Kazuya landing, as we do see Chunky Cheese getting a little bit of a lead starting things off.
Yeah, doing a good job of getting hits to land this time around. We saw a lot of hitboxes just sort of going a little wide. Chunky Cheese just not able to really settle in last time around, but looking much better so far just through the first couple seconds of this game as Chiliad Emerald does get a grab, but Chunky Cheese, again, able to get away from it, charges an up smash. Big damage there, large hitboxes. Oh, unable to punish, though, does find the forward smash. Chiliad Emerald starting to even this one out, pulling ahead as well, but the up B from the platform not enough to kill, and we know that Rage Drive can really change the narrative if Chiliad Emerald's able to land that one.
Yeah, we do see a couple of up specials come out trying to get that last couple of damage onto Chiliad Emerald, but Chunky Cheese able to sit pretty on the stage for now, looking for that final hit, going for the forward tilt, but there's that Rage Drive, Chris, and that will be able to close out the first stock for this match.
Yeah, 126%. Chiliad Emerald getting dangerously close. The waft does not land, and I believe that resets, right? So that waft now really not threatening, at least for a while. Another up B lands, and Chiliad Emerald not able to recover. So Chunky Cheese finds their first stock of the series, I believe.
Yeah, we do see a nice back and forth now this time around as we see a bit of adaptation, but a very sweet spot forward smash will be able to connect and deal a ton of damage as Chunky Cheese needs to use the up B just a little early and will end up going down.
Yeah, good effort there by Chunky Cheese, but just not much you can do as the grab lands. We know that angle can be dangerous.
Oh, no!
Yeah, Chunky Cheese can't make it back from that. So an unfortunate break there. Chunky Cheese now going down 2-0 in this series, but still alive. These are best of fives. Still more Smash to be played.
Yeah, and it was looking a lot better. We were seeing a lot more just pressure in the early game of not letting Kazuya get that game plan online. It was a very important factor when dealing with Kazuya in particular. That character is all gas. If you are able to take the gas out of that tank, you can really keep that momentum going. It's a lot to ask, but it is very doable, as we saw at the start of that series.
Yeah, Chiliad Emerald doing a great job of establishing the Kazuya presence, right? We here at Shenandoah have become very familiar with that. We've got 2 Kazuya players here, Chiliad Emerald being one of them, so we get to see this character quite a bit, but we know that that's not an easy character to play, and Chiliad Emerald doing a great job of sort of suffocating the game plan here, right? Not really letting Chunky Cheese get much going, but we did see a bit of change in that narrative at the start of the last match. We'll see if Chunky Cheese is able to ride any of that momentum, but the up B gets shielded, and Chiliad Emerald able to land a fully charged up smash and take that first stock.
Yeah, we do see another grab connect as the electrics are online. Chiliad Emerald is looking for the full string, but a forward smash will be able to return it into the face of Chiliad. The neutral special, calling out the shield on the neutral get up, will get a little bit of extra percentage as well as he goes for another bite, but the side special from Kazuya will be able to stun Chunky Cheese.
Yeah, great job so far once again. Oh, the up B lands on the platform. It's not enough to find the kill just yet, but what a call out there, finding the up B from that platform. Unfortunately, doesn't find a kill, and Chiliad Emerald able to return one the other direction. So Chunky Cheese now back against the wall, 1 stock separating them, and a first round loss here. This is double elimination, so Chunky Cheese will not go out of the tournament if they are to lose this stock just yet. But a nice forward tilt, catching the jump there. Chiliad Emerald loses their first, but another charged up smash. That high blast zone is going to save Chunky Cheese for now.
Yeah, there's another up smash, Chris, but this time around it's going to be a little stale, which means that it won't deal nearly as much knockback to close out that stock. Instead, Chunky Cheese able to dash around to get past the Kazuya side specials, looking past those up Bs, goes for one more up special, but lands and eats a Kazuya back air to close things out this time around.
Yeah, well, good stuff from both the players. Chiliad Emerald ultimately coming out on top. So that is our first round matchup here. Chiliad Emerald will advance to, I believe, winners semis. Here, as we've got a smaller bracket. It should be a quicker little stint here today, but fun nonetheless. And Chiliad Emerald off to a very strong start.
Yeah, and I liked what I saw out of Chunky Cheese when it came to the moment Kazuya was off stage. It felt like he had a lot of control over the matchup. A lot of good get-up call-outs or approached by forward smashes with forward tilts, just slapping Kazuya around, making sure, like, hey, if I'm going to have a little bit of a lead, you better believe I'm taking the whole thing, trying to get as much value as possible. But in the end, a couple of up specials in just that bad, like, awkward spot means that you will end up eating those Kazuya hard hits. So, unfortunate loss, but even so, a good start and a good way to kind of set the pace for the rest of the tournament.
Get some nerves out, if nothing else. Chunky Cheese will continue their bracket run from the loser's side. So we await to see who will be on the main setup next, but I believe it will be another first-round matchup. We're not going to move ahead just yet, but of the players in the pool, we've mentioned we have a couple of SU players. I don't know that we'll see many of them at least yet, but we said that Willie's making a return. Kip is also making a return. Those two podium members, as well as NN Gaming, one of the Academy players on either Little Mac or Sonic or Lucario, of many characters that he plays. So might see some familiar characters here coming up soon.
Yeah, that'll be nice to see a good mix-up. And, you know, I love our Shenandoah players. Chris and I talk over them a lot. We get to gush about some of the weird intricacies of those characters. But even so, I'm glad that we got to see a different character today. Like, already at the gate, Wario is a character that kind of fell out of popularity for like a year, but over the last like 6 months, with Gluttony winning that big tournament in Europe, man, that was fun to watch. And then he posted the Wario meme video afterward. Like, that was in my feed for forever.
It was in mine too. I remember you walking up to me after that series and showing me that, and then like within the next 24 hours, that tweet was popping up in my feed like 6 times. It was a good time, but it's fun, yeah, seeing Wario as a character sort of resurge into the meta, I guess. And I guess I am curious, right? We've talked about the like Luminosity rankings or the Luminosity tier list, where all the widely regarded best players in the world can vote on who they think are the best characters in the game. And I am curious where Wario lands on that.
I'm pretty sure he's in like A, Chris. Wario's got some really good setups, especially with that waft. Like,
right.
The ability to sit back, play the game for 2 minutes, and then suddenly have a button that knocks out your opponent at like 40%. I mean, Wario's got some nice mechanics.
A tier. Final answer. I did just look it up. Thank you to my laptop here.
Nailed it.
Yeah, A-tier character, but still plenty of characters above that, right? We're used to seeing Kazuya be a S-tier, and, you know, the Steves, Sonics, and Snakes of the world certainly control the Smash meta. So, good stuff out of Chunky Cheese, but even better out of Chiliad Emerald, as they will advance to the next round of Winter Finals. It sounds like we have this player standing by for an interview, so I'm going to toss it and see how they're feeling.
Thank you, Chris and Kevin. I am standing by with the first match winner of the evening, Chiliad Emerald. First things first, how are you feeling after that first win and kicking off the event here tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good. I kind of just showed up before, made sure I was warmed up, and from that, I just kind of wanted to just make sure I was on my game for any of my matches.
No, for sure, for sure. You definitely seem to be on your game here, right? You are also on the SU Academy roster. You're one of, well, the Kazuya player on the Academy roster. What do you think about that Wario matchup and how it plays into that character and vice versa for Wario having to play into a Kazuya?
I don't have much experience with the matchup, but one thing I can say for certain is that Wario doesn't seem to be super weird with the Kazuya combos, so Kazuya should overall be comfortable into that, and Wario is also more of a close-range fighter, so that also benefits Kazuya, so I feel like that matchup probably leans more towards Kazuya.
No, for sure, for sure. I mean, we saw it there right off the bat. Congratulations on the first win, and thank you for doing this quick little interview with us here. Good luck with the rest of the bracket as you continue your winners run here, guys. I'm going to toss it back to the casters. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Ben. Good to hear from the players. Congratulations to them. As we said, Chiliad Emerald will be advancing to their next winners round. Again, Chunky Cheese not bowing out just yet, but we should be getting into our next matchup here soon. We'll let you know as soon as we know who that is.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of setups on the side stage, getting things rocking and rolling for now. But while we're waiting, I'm kind of happy. there were a lot of strong opponents the last go around where we saw some pretty unique characters across the board. We saw the Lucases of the world, we saw the Ryus, we saw a couple of like Miis, which brings me to a point, Chris. If someone pulls out Mii Sword Fighter today,
Oh my god. Okay, let's talk about it. So the whole, well, all right, let's go all the way back to the start here. There was a YouTube video released, and I should know this person's name. They should get credit for this, but there was a massive YouTube video released covering Mii Sword Fighter as a character, and the video certainly did a great job of hyping the character up, right? It was a YouTube video. It's their job to make it enticing and market it as, you know, the best thing you've ever seen. But some of the stuff in that video was described as true 0 to deaths and immense kill threat at very low percentages on Mii Sword Fighter against any character in the game. Now, we have talked a lot with our varsity roster here, or at least I have talked a lot with our varsity roster here about that video and how the community is reacting to it. Our players seem to think that it's not as world-shattering as other people are certainly making it out to be, but the only factual thing I can tell you is that it is way too early to tell, right? This video came out like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. We haven't seen anybody really be able to sit down and apply all of that to a consistent and threatening degree, but man, do I want to.
yeah, well, while you try to find the video real quick,
Yeah.
the big thing is that it was a lot of just trying to KO the opponent off of just about any move available. Like, there were 6 or 7 different moves that you could start the combo with, and then it would just keep on, like, you would be able to consistently knock out your opponent every given time. On top of that, we've seen, well, the roster here at Shenandoah is like, I don't know how legit this is. We've seen a couple of big names in the scene start just trying the character and going on like 50-game win streaks and finding a major success with the character.
Yeah, I did find the YouTube video. The person's account is Ramble, so shout out to Ramble for making the original video, sort of breaking this news to the world. But yeah, I talked to like Willie, I've talked to Igloo about this, and the consensus was, or Willie told me that in the video he uses combos against like a bot or an AI that's meant to, like, you know, air dodge at the first possible opportunity or whatever. And Willie said that somehow that's like not consistent or like not actually applicable to real life. I couldn't give you details, but he explained it to me, and the consensus I got from the team was like, you know, even though Mii Sword Fighter is sort of has extremely strong aerials and ways to kill you at extremely low percentage, it's like all around as a character outside of those, he's still pretty underwhelming. So it's like, and every character has these trade-offs. Because I said, like, you know, is it not enough that all of your aerials do upwards of 20%? Like, that in itself seems very oppressive, and the fact that he can kill you if he hits you with any of them upwards of 20, 30%, and you just die for it. But I don't know, they seem insistent that that's not as intimidating or not as, like, unique as it may sound. I disagree, though.
It's weird because Ultimate's been out long enough. There are 80 plus characters in this game, each one with upwards of like 20 plus moves. You can really see just how deep and involved this game can be. That stuff like this goes under the radar a lot, but it's interesting to kind of hear from the players that they're like, I don't think it'll add up to too much more than what we see from, like, Luigi. Well, the funny thing is that Luigi's now getting more popular as time passes and has been filling a niche that, like, takes advantage of Kazuya's weaknesses, where, like, Kazuya is all gas, just trying to take advantage of both momentum and a little bit of intimidation. It's just, there's so much that character can do.
Yeah.
But then you have Luigi, who just kind of, like, is a little floatier, has a couple of projectiles who can, like, slow down the pace of the game a little bit if needed, but still find great success.
Yeah, and I like if you want my opinion as Chris Clayton, like not as any Smash professional or anything. I think that it's just going to take time. I think that I think the players' reaction is it's almost too good to be true. They're like, there's no way that we've gone this long with this game being the primary Smash title and nobody has found success yet. So I don't know. I think that's why this knee-jerk is that Mii Sword Fighter is not that good. I think they just think it's too good to be true. But again, give it more time and we will find out. Want to give an update, by the way. It looks like our next series on stream will be Chunky Cheese against the winner of this series you're seeing on your screen now. We've got our roaming cam peeking in to see how that's going. It sounds like they are in Game 4 right now, and Chunky Cheese awaiting the loser of this series on the bottom side of the bracket.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Is it Chunky Cheese is going to be on the broadcast? Yes. Perfect. With all of that being said, it's interesting to see that, again, character swap up. We've got the Link versus the Inkling on the side stage. Talking again about characters that we don't see very often, Chris. I feel like Link and Inkling have kind of fallen out of the community's favor just by nature of they were so good at the start, but then a lot of people were very good at adapting to that game plan. And so people started trying other characters, kind of diversifying their character pool. But now we're seeing them come back again. It's like a full loop life cycle of Ultimate. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I guess, while we're here, like we are waiting for this series to finish, we could just cast over this. That was not what I was expecting, but now that I think about it, I guess, yeah. Wait, while we don't have direct game feed over this setup, they are playing on one of the side setups right now. Yeah, we'll just sit here and watch as this happens. We've got, looks like... Oh, I thought that might have said Igloo, but it's not. And Igloo doesn't play. What am I thinking? We've got a Link against the and Inkling here. Both now down to 2 stocks. And I'm not sure what the series score is. I was told this is Game 4, but not sure who's up. I'll let you know. But, yeah, close game so far. Close series, it looks like. And, yeah, both of these players looking like they're doing a good job of occupying space.
Yeah, hey, they were doing good. It makes me happy. The players were kind of going back and forth. Percentages were starting to even out. But I'm curious now because that's going to be on the rest of the players to have a game plan ready for 2 characters that you don't see too often nowadays. And yes, again, 80-plus characters. You're telling me I need to have a game plan for all of them? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
And that's a lot to ask. To remember that in particular, if a matchup is close, it could come down to if you have a solid game plan right out the gate or if you are just kind of scrambling going forward.
Yeah, and fun characters so far here. Like we said, one of those characters will go on to play Chunky Cheese on the Wario. So should be a fun matchup no matter what. I'm trying to find the tier list again because one of the fun things about Smash Bros. Is that we haven't received a patch in years, but there were patches. There were balance patches early on that just eventually stopped. And the reason I bring that up is because I remember that on release, and again, I'm talking within the first, couple weeks of Smash Ultimate coming out, I remember hearing Inkling's name be tossed around quite a bit. And I kind of forget why.
Oh, I can tell you why, Chris.
All right.
It's that paint roller. It is the fact on release, berries were absurd. The ability
really?
to stop your opponent in their tracks, to break out of Inkling, the grounded state, you had to mash on your controller, and you had to mash like your life depended on it because it took probably double the amount of inputs than it did before.
Interesting.
Do you want to know why people thought K. Rool was good on release? It's for that exact reason.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, and then they hit berries across the board.
Yeah.
They weakened all of them. They weakened K. Rool's a ton because it's off of a grab.
Yeah.
But, that was the big thing, is that you have a great aerial to KO opponents through back air. You have up air to string your opponent. You had a great way to confirm with roller and decent smash attacks, projectile game. You had a lot going for you.
Hey, well, unfortunately, I do have the tier list pulled up once again, and I hate to keep referring to this as gospel again. Like, Smash is a pretty subjective game. Like, it's a fighting game. Any one of these characters can go win and under any circumstances in the right hands, but they do have Inkling listed as a B-, so quite a fall from glory there, unfortunately. And that sucks for me, too, because I enjoyed playing Inkling even a little bit. I mean, I was never great, but yeah, that's tough to see. It certainly looks like that hit pretty hard. But again, I mean, we know that the roller can be really hard to land as well. Like, it's extremely telegraphed, it's slow, it's many things, but it is still pretty punishing if you get hit by it.
Yeah, I'm looking at that list, Chris, you got in front of you, and I see Inkling above Sephiroth, and my heart just hurts
Dude.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But on the topic of the sword characters, the other character we saw during all of that was that Link player who was able to, like, this was something back when I competed here at Shenandoah, like, Moon Lady was like the person who coached me was very honest about, they thought that Link was like one of the best characters in the game if you know what you're doing. And I'm talking like Z-drop bomb, like getting crazy combo, like wacky, sort of just like almost fluky.
Like a Peach wannabe.
Exactly. But the difference being is that Peach has Turnip as a projectile that's slow moving, flimsy, just plant, versus Link's entire kit of arrows and boomerangs and bombs and everything else. Like, he's an adventurer. He's got everything he needs and more.
Yeah, and looks like we have the results of that series. Our next series will be, as you see below, Chunky Cheese against Endless Apollo. Not sure which which character that was.
Ooh, good point.
But
either way.
Yeah, we'll find out very soon. But exciting matchup here. This should be loser's side as well. So win and survive or lose and go home. A lot at stake early on here in the night for just our second series on mainstream.
Right, exactly. But even so, it's going to be interesting kind of seeing what the approach will be for both sides, because we saw that Chunky Cheese was getting really good advantage when the opponent, like the moment someone was at the ledge, Chunky Cheese was building that percent like it was nothing. He was doing great at that. But it was a lot of that like intricacy of the neutral game, finding that first hit that we were seeing, okay, what sort of adaptations need to be made. If it's Inkling, you got a good chance of fighting face to face, and I imagine the frame data is relatively close. If it's Link, you got to find a way to get past those projectiles.
Yeah, and that can be tough. We are in an offline environment, so that it does inherently help the player playing against the projectile game, right? But we'll see. I mean, I know that Wario has a decently big hitbox, certainly not as big as some others in the game, but yeah, I mean, if we're looking at what we saw from Chunky Cheese, I would like to see a bit more variation in kill threats as well. There was a lot of dependency on the up B, and while it did work a couple times, it was not enough to work every time, and I would like to see a bit of a mix-up there if possible.
Yeah, I think a couple of up airs will make a world of difference this time around, and it could spell a great combo game if they get online. But for now, while we're waiting, Chris, I just want to take another moment to acknowledge that it's nice to see now the character pool's kind of set. I imagine production would have let us know if some random Mii Sword Fighter showed up so we can toss that one out.
No, you're actually right.
That would have been so funny.
Yeah, well, tough break. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, like, I'm not going to rule it out yet. Maybe one of the SU guys will switch up their game plan the later this goes on. We saw at Boost, we saw the players for Winthrop, when they met each other in bracket, were willing to random ditto each other, or just like pick wacky characters. But I don't know. I don't know that these guys are similar to that. I know Willie gets very competitive under these circumstances.
I mean, can you blame him? Like,
no, not at all. There's nothing wrong with wanting to stick to your ways and wanting to win every game you play. I mean, there is nothing wrong with that. But there's also nothing wrong with having a little fun from time to time and exploring the meta if this pick is as real as I think it is.
But all that being said, I do kind of want to talk about that boost stuff a bit. I was very pleased with how Shenandoah's roster did against that Winthrop roster. Seeing those players at boost, let's be honest, if you see a top 100 player at an event and then you know in 3 to 4 weeks you have to play that person, you can't help but look at that and like dread a little bit. So for the Shenandoah's roster to go in there and knock out a handful of players, like they did a good job.
Yeah, it's one thing to be good in your region. It's one thing to not go 0-2 at your locals, right? That's the goal. But yeah, when you get matched up against world-ranked players, there's just something that can't be described about that. And these SU guys that we've talked about a couple times now did have to do that earlier this week. On Thursday, they had to take on Winthrop University, the #1 team in Collegiate Smash, the reigning national champions, with 3 top 100 ranked players in the world. And we are biased, but I would say they really held their own. And I know the players are very proud of how they did as well. They did go down in that series ultimately, but taking Winthrop down to 4 stocks out of 12 in set 1, I think was incredible to watch.
Well, that and Willie let Chris and I know after the matches were all said and done that apparently we were getting inside his head a little bit with
my B.
Yeah, we were like, he could make the comeback. He's like, oh man, think of the stats.
Yeah, he said. I think he said when we got out of that series, he said he was thinking about the statue he would get if he pulled it would have been
7 or 8.
7 or 8
it
stock
was
run.
7 because of Greninja.
Yeah.
No, then it was 9. I don't think we took out because they were about to 12 stock Shenandoah.
Well, that was set 2.
Well, that's what I'm talking.
Oh yeah, that is what we were talking about.
Yeah, so
yeah, it would have had to have been
10 stock run
against
Terry Bogard.
Yeah, against all 4 players of Winthrop and not losing 3 of your own. And yeah, he told us after that series, he was like, I was getting distracted because I was thinking of all the glory. I was thinking of the statue that they would build for me if I went 4-0 against some of the best players in the world back to back to back to back. Would have been crazy. Couldn't get it done, but still did a phenomenal job. Because again, I mean, like under those circumstances, Willie is not ranked. As much as we hype him up, as much as he is the king of this region and has been for a while, let's be honest, like, he's not ranked. He's not top 100. If you look at numbers, if you look at statistics, he shouldn't take a game off any of them. And he went set 1, he took, I think, like 7 by himself, 6 or 7, because he went on a run against Greninja,
right.
and Snake, both CJ Frozen and Anarchy. No, I mean, they played out of their minds. They didn't get the result they wanted, but they did make a heck of a statement, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so much you have to be ready for going into those sorts of matchups. So seeing now that these players are now here in the tournament setting, it changes up your play style. In the crew battle setting, it's much more, you need to be a lot safer. You need to be very cautious with your stocks because that's all you have. In the series, right, we're playing best of 5s throughout the bracket. So, I mean, that is plenty of time to adapt to your opponent's game plan. You may drop a match in the entire series, but that's okay because now suddenly, okay, I have counterpick. I got so much information on what my opponent likes to do in any given matchup. Like, it becomes this whole mental game of like, oh, I think my opponent really likes to use their dash attacks. So like maybe jumping just in place, right? With punish where they go right under me as I land, go for my move, and then get a combo going. Like, that's great stuff all around. And we saw a little bit of that just even in that first series. Like, Chunky Cheese was going for those up specials when Kazuya was jumping, like specifically for those callouts.
Yeah. So we do have players sitting down behind us here as we have been hyping this one up for a minute. Chunky Cheese will be taking on Endless Apollo here very, very soon, and we have our pick in as well. We will be seeing the Wario return to the screen, and it will be the Link going down in that last series we saw against the Inkling, but now forced to take on Chunky Cheese, and Chunky Cheese rides the motorcycle a little bit deep, and both players go off stage, and neither one can make it back. We shake hands and move on.
Right, as you do, Chris. But for now, we do see a little bit more of the Wario game plan, a couple more bikes being used, which is a great option for dealing with that projectile game, because then you can use it to kind of armor through things. But as long as that bike is there, Chunky Cheese won't be able to use it again, as it's thrown up into the air, but won't be used against him this time. Endless Apollo doing a good job of getting a little bit of that projectile game going and trying to zone out with that sword as the forward smash connects.
Yeah, another up smash will land, gets kill spark, but won't take Chunky Cheese down just yet. So 142%, but no jump. Can't make it back there. The up B falls just short, and they lose their second stock. So, oh man, advantage building up for Endless Apollo. Charged up smash does get shielded as the bomb lands, tries to eat it, can't quite get there. Now, smash attacks coming out. The up B will land as a get off me tool from Endless Apollo, but not before getting smacked off stage.
Yeah, Endless Apollo doing a good job of using those approaches, trying to get as much value off of these. I completely forgot that they SD'd the first stock, Chris.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that was an early final kill spark. Like, that was, I was not ready for that.
Yeah, that was a two-stock game there. That was old school, what was it called? For Glory, Smash 4.
Smash 4 for Glory.
Online rule set there. 2 stocks against 2 stocks, no platforms. That was a callback to a time that I simply don't want to remember in Smash history. But no, good stuff out of Endless Apollo here, taking their first series again. Chunky Cheese struggling to establish a game plan here, struggling to take stocks consistently so far.
Yeah, but even so, I think we're seeing that a lot of it just came down to the approach. Endless Apollo was very deliberately throwing out those smash attacks early on to get the approach out. Nice thing is that those forward smashes, those up smashes have pretty good end lag on them. So if you can find a way to sort of lay off the gas just a little bit, let your opponent think that you're going to walk forward, maybe take a step back, stand there for a second and say, what, you're hitting the ghost above me? Like, what is this? And then go in. That will be the main game changer.
Yeah, big game changer for sure, and we'll see if Chunky Cheese will be able to make the adaptations. I want to take a quick moment to mention as well. Never mind, we're loading into game. I'll hold that for later. But Chunky Cheese now loading in. We'll see if those adaptations can come through again. This is loser's side, but still best of 5, so plenty of Smash to be played. But a loser in this series will be going home.
So as we get these first couple of hits connecting, Chris, we do see up special connect from Chunky Cheese, but there's that up smash again, calling out the landing on the platform. But Chunky Cheese using his up special to get a little bit of pressure going on the platform, and doesn't have to land nearly as low if it does cancel into that spot as the forward air connects.
Good job falling out of that combo. Down air does land, so Chunky Cheese doing a great job of finding hits so far, racking up percentages. He is down a stock in the up B. Won't finish just yet. That move won't kill there, but find that stock. But a tough break there. Chunky Cheese can't find the tech off the platform, and now down to his last stock.
Yeah, so we do see a couple of jabs coming out, building up that percentage, looking for that final hit. Does jump up, potentially looking for that back air to close things out. As we see, double jump away from the Link, not trying to get too much more, not trying to risk a landing, as Endless Apollo has called out a lot of these approaches. As another up smash connects, a quick waft won't be able to do too much here, as we see a bomb combo not connect, as a forward tilt will work in the favor of Chunky Cheese.
Yeah, great job there, Chunky Cheese, finding the forward tilt. That has been, oh no, the consistent way, the only way to find stocks so far we've seen out of Chunky Cheese, but a tough break there again. Not able to make it back to the stage. Might have lost the jump somewhere in there, but yeah, not enough vertical recovery on Wario. So Chunky Cheese now back against the wall. 1 game left to give, or I guess no games left to give, as they fall 2-0 in this losers series. Yeah,
at that sort of situation, you need to rely a lot on that double jump, which was used a little earlier, but also that bike. It works like Bowser Jr., where you get that little bit of an extra jump off of it, but you need to be very aware of that and like kind of which side am I going? Am I going left or am I going right underneath the stage to try and keep things going? But for now, last potential match of this series, as we see that Chunky Cheese goes for the couple of good hits, but is getting hit on the other side as the Waft trips, Chris. A very unique interaction to get a little bit more value.
I can't confidently say I've ever seen that before. I did not know that move tripped. That's a new one for me, but Endless Apollo now finding damage of their own, returning the favor as Chunky Cheese was able to get a little bit of damage off that Waft interaction. They find another Waft just to get Endless Apollo off stage, but a good land there, good to get up from the ledge, and a nice forward air to close it out. Chunky Cheese loses their first stock, but not before taking a good amount of damage. Again, Chunky Cheese doing a great job of finding hits, just struggling to finish off the stocks.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Endless Apollo here, going for that combo game. Boomerangs into arrows, trying to combo it all as it is all falling into his hands right now. A couple of good hits are working in his favor. Chunky Cheese able to dash around the setup of Link to get a little bit more damage going, but there are those Link nairs into the boomerang, into the up special. Is it going to be enough? It is not.
It's not me, Sword Fighter, up B, I'm telling you. But wow, a good reversal there out of Chunky Cheese. They do find that up B, so it will find a stock. Endless Apollo loses their first, and Chunky Cheese ties the stock count at 2. Looking for more of those up Bs, can't find them. Grab, connects. Endless Apollo able to find a lot of jabs there, or a lot of what is that term? Pummels. That's it. But Endless Apollo goes off stage, finds the forward air, and will close out yet another stock.
Yeah, we see a couple more pummels. The bomb able to knock Wario off the bike, but there are those grabs. They're coming in big right now, Chris. Trying to call out Endless Apollo for all of these shields as the bike is thrown and clanks with the up smash.
Yeah, good opportunity there from Chunky Cheese to find more damage. Oh, but the up B misses just barely. Would have expected to see that connect fully, but unable to. So now Endless Apollo regains control again. Not that up B, not enough to find a kill. The up smash sends him all the way to the top, but not enough to finish it off once again. Endless Apollo still finding a lot of success, but a couple close calls for Chunky Cheese, not going down without a fight. The up smash goes wide, but not enough of a punish there out of Endless Apollo. They do fall below the stage, and the back air lands. Chunky Cheese finds their second, and now we tie the stock count at 1, but Chunky Cheese gets caught by the up smash. A close call there, but an unfortunate break for Chunky Cheese. They will bow out, and Endless Apollo able to advance to their next round.
I think that was the strongest performance yet, because we saw just that back air connect right at the end, calling out that jump, getting things going. It was nice to see the level of adaptation kind of grow, trying to get more and more value, but this time around it just won't be enough for this series.
Yeah, so a good showing all around from Chunky Cheese. I certainly hope that they will return to future events and be able to learn from this one and improve every time they come back. There's a lot of potential there. Again, Wario, strong character, a lot of potential, but ultimately Endless Apollo coming out on top, and they survive in their lower bracket run.
Yeah, and I was liking what I was seeing from Endless Apollo when it came to like the boomerang setups. We saw a very nice, like, it was a boomerang into the neutral B, like shooting out that arrow into the up special. Like, it's clear that the combo game was there, but it just needed to, like, it was finding good percentage buildup, and then they were able to catch out those landings, try to get those approaches with the forward smash and the up smash, just taking up that space as much as they can to really utilize it and close out those stocks.
Yeah, so somewhere in that series I started to mention I wanted to give an update. I believe I mentioned that we had 8 players here. I'm looking at the bracket, and it looks like we have 10 players here, if I'm not mistaken. So
9 players. 2 players here, 1 player here.
9 players here in attendance. Point is that first series we saw between Chunky Cheese and Chiliad Emerald was not winner's quarters. I said Chiliad Emerald would advance to winner's semis. That was incorrect, so I would like to correct that. They did advance to winner's quarters to match up against a Kip waiting in confidence. And ultimately, Kip came out on top in that one. So, as you see it down here, our next matchup will be a Shenandoah head-to-head. NN Gaming will take on Chiliad Emerald after going down to Kip in the winner's side. And this is the loser side, loser go home between two teammates here.
Yeah, this is the Academy roster for Shenandoah going head-to-head, which means that we will be seeing a return for Kazuya back on this broadcast, but also a new face for this side of things, and a player who tends to play Little Mac. But we've seen a whole lot of other characters if wanted.
Yeah, first character that comes to mind is Little Mac. Every time I watch NN Gaming play, they are playing Little Mac, but I believe in reserve they do have a Lucario and a Sonic. So that could be what we see come out. I mean, let's not lie to ourselves. Little Mac and Kazuya are on opposite ends of the tier lists in this game, and if we see a switch off Little Mac, I would be surprised because it's kind of what you expect. But okay, Kevin. So I heard that reaction. Those of you at home who follow our Shenandoah team probably know why Kevin just reacted. It is a nightmare taking Kazuya to Final Destination, but this one feels a little bit different because this is also what Little Mac wants, no?
Right. Little Mac wants, Little Mac can play around on platforms. He has some nice tech setup situations, but as we see, Chiliad Emerald is looking for those grabs to just knock out that Little Mac, saying, I do not want to mess with any of that. But NN Gaming, yes, Little Mac might be on the opposite side of what people consider to be like the really strong characters in this game. Even so, Little Mac's got some stuff to really cause problems as we see those down tilt connects into the spot dodge or the air dodge onto the stage as KO punches online, and Chiliad Emerald is sitting there. He goes for the air dodge onto the stage as a forward smash connects.
Okay, a strong start here out of NN Gaming. You can see that Chiliad Emerald has a game plan here, and it's to do exactly that. It's to get Little Mac off stage at uncomfortable angles, but NN Gaming doing a good job of waiting it out and not putting himself in a compromising position and getting around the lasers, getting around the grabs, and taking the first stock. NN Gaming kind of flying around the hitboxes of Chiliad Emerald so far.
Yeah, but there's a big thing, Chris. And now that Little Mac is at a high percent, it's going to be difficult for the grabs to combo into anything that may be able to KO, as we do see a couple of grabs going one after the other, trying to call out those shielded landings. Get up attack connects, goes for a run-up KO punch, trying to call out Chiliad for sitting back the last time around, but an up tilt into the back tilt will be enough to close out that stock.
Yeah, I like the look out of NN Gaming there on that KO punch. It did miss, but I think I like the idea trying to catch the roll back. Chiliad Emerald doesn't fall for it, and ultimately NN Gaming does lose their stock, but catches a forward smash again and a full stock lead for NN Gaming here on the Little Mac.
Yeah, I mean, it's great stuff all around, just playing against Chiliad's game plan of trying to get those electrics online. There's that combo game, able to pass through the Little Mac hit as Kazuya walks away on top, and one stock to one stock, Chris. It is a battle of fists.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, Kazuya shows you why he is at the top of that tier list. I mean, that was textbook work out of Chiliad Emerald. Now we do see this combo start to come together. The electric a little too late. God, oh man, NN Gaming does survive that one, as now they do make it back to stage, and it's going to take a borderline flawless effort from here. KO punch goes wide and almost costs NN Gaming their last stock here, but now regaining stage control and throwing out those smash attacks, that can be a problem. Kazuya opting for one of their less known grabs to get Little Mac off stage. A good counter there, but gets caught hitting the shield, and NN Gaming loses their first game. But again, still best of fives. Chiliad Emerald maybe a little rattled there.
Understandably so. I feel like you look at Little Mac, because everyone says that Little Mac is this Little Mac's not good. Let's make it clear. Ultimate is a game with 80 plus characters that all can do well. Like, they can find success. That is, like, jarring for any sort of video game. I'm glad that we're entering this, like, era of games where that is becoming a little bit more common. But even so, that means that, yeah, by comparison, maybe you don't have as many crazy mechanics to get things going. but you do have some nice tools in your kit, especially those KO punches. Those things could have easily taken one stock, and we would be talking a completely different story right now.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the big thing about Little Mac are the offstage limitations, right? Every character has their pluses and minuses, their pros and cons, and with Little Mac, it is a strong advantage state. It's strong kill potential, it's the KO punch, but in exchange, yeah, if you can get him in a even remotely remotely uncomfortable position off stage, he just can't make it back. But both players opting to switch characters, I have to imagine that this was a mutually agreed upon decision. I doubt that either player really felt the need to change, but I mean, I guess I could be wrong. We'll see. But like we said, these two players are teammates outside of this tournament and certainly friends outside of the game.
Clearly, someone banned Final Destination. Both players were like, all right, we need to.
All right, fine.
No. But in all seriousness, it's kind of interesting to see this Pokemon matchup. We do see the Revenge online.
Oh,
the
wow.
jab will KO because of that Revenge. A very nice build-up as Lucario is looking for those couple of hits. Nice thing about Lucario is that if you are going to lose your stocks, you still have that aura mechanic where you are dealing more damage the more damage you take. So it is very possible, yes, NN Gaming lost the first stock, but it could very quickly work back into his favor.
Yeah, now it does get Incineroar off stage, and Incineroar, another one of those characters that can really struggle to make it back to the stage if you can get him in a compromising position, but doing a great job of racking up the revenge stacks there. Can't quite find the sweet spot on the side B there, but again, a revenge up air, and then Gaming throwing a lot of the neutral Bs, throwing a lot of hitboxes at these counters, and Chiliad Emerald's all over it every time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of damage, Chris. Every single time we see that NN Gaming has been landing these Aura Spheres, it has been Chiliad ready and waiting for a revenge, taking the damage, but in return trying to deal it back. It is truly a back and forth of two players who just want to have as much damage going both sides of the equation.
Yeah, and then Gaming does find the forward smash. I couldn't even tell what that was because they just clanked off each other. We get a kill spark and the side B connects from Lucario. Not enough to find the stock, but the side B still not a sweet spot there. Neutral B will defend the ledge, and NN Gaming just trying to get back, and they do find their way back onto stage. High percentage for NN Gaming. That's big value from the Aura. It's going to take every bit of that to come back in this matchup, though, as again, throwing hitboxes at the counter. That will come back to bite him here as the sweet spot connects, and Chiliad Emerald takes a 2-0 lead in this one.
I was not ready, Chris, for that side special to connect. I thought the Lucario dash attack, it lasts for so long. You really just kind of float across the side of the stage. I expected Incineroar to stop short, but sure enough, because Lucario was kind of laying sideways at the time when he goes for that dash attack, he was leaning into Incineroar's arms, and so it just connects. Good on our Emerald friend for getting that sweet spot to close out the stock, but man, I was not ready.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is Chiliad Emerald found so much value off revenge stacks there.
Yeah.
I mean, NN Gaming got caught a few too many times hitting the counter when, especially like the neutral Bs off stage, throwing projectiles at an Incineroar that is sitting there waiting for them to hit him to then return the favor later on. It seems like a pretty avoidable thing, so we'll see if NN Gaming's able to make that adaptation, because that's a big one that you're never going to beat an Incineroar if you're handing them revenge stacks.
All right, so we run it back. Pokemon battle one more time. Lucario versus Incineroar. Again, both players willing to take some damage in this matchup, as Lucario does take the first couple of hits, but in return has been finding a couple of the down airs, going for the forward smash. But look at the pressure from this Incineroar.
Yeah, going for another one of those neutral Bs, and then Gaming gets caught by the spike right off the ledge. Chiliad Emerald steals one there at a relatively early percent, and like we said, Lucario really likes to be at these high percentages, but jeez, yeah, that's the revenge stack value. Another neutral B comes out.
Oh, what?
Man! The down smash 2 frames. Chiliad Emerald even caught off guard by that one. And now NN Gaming down to their last stock, down 2-0 in this series. Really against the wall here.
Yeah, so NN Gaming with good aura. You don't necessarily need high percent, as we can see just a look at how the fists are glowing. Lucario connects one side special. It does about 15, but the knockback is looking pretty good, and it can continue to climb and get a ton of value. But for now, you need to find this last hit for the stock, as we see a couple more side specials come out. It won't be enough just yet, but a potential back air might be enough. No, there's another side special to get to get Chiliad Emerald off the stage. There's that side special connecting in the right spot. 63% is the magic number for that to KO for NN Gaming.
Yeah, look how big the Aura Ball is getting as well. NN Gaming really starting to get up there in the Aura department, but running out of time there. The recovery getting that much better as well. I mean, you can see those flames are not going to get...
20.
Yeah, these flames are not going to get much stronger than this. Lucario now finding their full value, but gets caught by side B, and it is well timed. Chiliad Emerald comes out on top in that one, and NN Gaming will bow out here, as that was a tough matchup for Lucario and Little Mac, but we saw plenty of signs of life as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, those side specials were KOing incredibly early. We saw the down airs dealing 20%.
Yeah.
We were gushing about 20% aerials earlier. Yeah, we're going to keep bringing it back to this every single time.
Yes,
yeah.
we are.
No, but in all seriousness, it was nice to see that these matches were like close. It was a lot of small decisions. I think a lot of it came down to those aura spheres and just dealing a lot of revenge damage back at the opponent. I don't know.
Yeah, well, hard to say, but with that, we are going to take a quick break here as we continue to make our way through the bracket. Plenty of Smash here still to be played from our Shenandoah Esports Arena here, so you won't want to go away for long, but as we take this break, we will bow out, get some water for ourselves, and we will be back with more Smash on the other side of this.
All right, I am standing with the winners finals here on either side of me. We have Kyle, the Pac-Man God, and Willie over here on my left, the Kazuya demon himself. But that might not be what's happening here in the first game. Kyle, walk me through what's happening here.
Birdie told me that they want to see a Mii sword fighter Ditto, because they're so curious on how this character's kind of been rising a little bit on the meta, like undercover, recently.
An undercover demon possibly in the Smash Bros. Community. I'm going to ask you, Willie, now. You do play sword characters like at all? Is it just Kazuya, Terry? And I'm sure, I mean, you have experience playing against sword characters, but what is it going to be like piloting a potential Mii sword fighter?
Honestly, I do have a lot of experience with that type of character. Two of the characters I like to play a lot, if they're not Kazuya, are Joker and Lucina, both of which use like disjoints, also Cloud sometimes, but I'm sort of familiar with how the thing works. I'm not as familiar with specifically the Zero to Death, but I do know a lot of the tricks that Mii Sword Fighter has, and I think we're going to have a really fun game for you guys to watch.
No, I think it's going to be fun indeed. Now, you guys are very familiar with each other. You guys are both on the SU Smash Bros. Varsity roster. Is there any kind of like butting heads here of like, all right, I got to show up and show the other one who's boss?
We've always been rivals. I mean, ever since Willie came over to Shenandoah as a freshman, we've kind of been like, having some really close sets like ever since then. And I like to think we're close rivals because I think I'm one of the few people in our sub-region that can actually beat him.
For sure. Same question over to you. Any kind of like, I really want to beat Kyle here today?
I've played Kyle quite a lot. I do agree he's also very, very capable and one of the few contenders to truly take me on. And I think it's a lot of fun whenever we play, and it's always very close. So I'm really looking forward to see how this set in particular goes.
Yeah, no, it is going to be an absolute blast. I cannot wait to get this one started. I believe you two are going to be up next. I'm going to toss it over to the casters so these guys can warm up their Mii Sword Fighter combos. Guys, right over to you.
Chris, I was not ready for this joke to come full circle.
No, okay, this was a bit like this. I can't say I ever saw that coming, but during the break, Willie came into the prod room. We were chilling, just sort of recuperating, getting ready to come back out here, and I was like, hey, Kevin and I have been up here all day yapping about Mii Sword Fighter, and there's not even one here.
we were filling some time. That's what's happening in Ultimate right now. And yet, I wasn't expecting that this would be on the desk for us to actually analyze, is this real? Are we gonna see some real crazy stuff? I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean, that's what we're here to find out. Now, from my understanding, it sounds like Kip has actually sort of been practicing this character. I mean, at least has been trying it out from time to time, whereas Willie said he has experience on other swordies, but not necessarily Mii Sword Fighter. So, I don't know. I mean, we'll see how this goes, but we load into our first game. We already see the difference in movesets. A Tornado for, I believe that was Willie with the Tornado and Kip with the Shuriken.
You know what's crazy about that, Chris, is that's the old, the new, the old moveset versus the new. I think we see a lot of value out of the Shuriken now. That's a big point that they were making in that video, as opposed to the Tornado. It was a lot of Tornado and that little chakra that they throw out to deal damage. It's crazy.
Okay, we already saw Willie go for it, unable to land the up B confirmed there. Another grab into down B. The back air can't land. So that was a big part of the video, right? I guess we are talking like you all have seen it, but the biggest confirm that this character seemed to have was a grab into a down throw into their up B. A lot of the combos finished with that hero spin move. Granted, an aerial version of it because it is just a stronger version of the Lynx. So we see Kip take the first stock here. We've seen these players go for variations of the combo already, but neither one able to find it just yet.
Chris, I'm starting to think that we may have a bit of a problem on our hands if they're going for it and it's not connecting. Is it the case, Chris? The up smash connects, and we'll have to see if the players need to adapt going forward on how they deal with this matchup. As we see Kip approaching with the down air, we do see it down throw into a quick jump. He was looking for the back air setup, Chris, with the Tornado.
Yeah, so Willie does have the Tornado equipped, which was not covered in that video specifically, but is one of the more traditional options on Mii Sword Fighter before this meta on the character changed. We do see a grab into the down throw into the back air. Again, not enough there. The hero spin connects. It does get the kill. This is what we're talking about. Mii Sword Fighter able to take that stock at like, what was that, 70?
Like 65-ish or so, which is crazy, as we see a back air, and to the air dodge, he didn't commit going for that hero spin much more. I don't think it definitely would not have KO'd. Maybe if he tried carrying himself off, it could have, but like that would have been extremely risky. And we're not late enough in the series for you to be playing risky at this point. Instead, we will see a couple of good hits connecting down air into the down tilts. Both players looking for a couple more follow-ups.
Yeah, it looks like it can be hard to secure stocks at higher percentages, as a lot of these combos, I imagine, become untrue at this stage. The hero spin, man, okay, I mean, that's another option. It is a get-up tool to defend against ledge traps, but back air connects. Willie doing a good job of holding the stage. The hero spin still able to recover from pretty low. That honestly surprised me.
Yeah, as we do see a couple more shurikens thrown out, both players clashing as Willie goes for an up smash, but he's called out. Kip again taking the time to take a step back, breathe for a second as the shurikens come out. Chris, we do see Kip is at rage percent. He's got a lot of damage on him. He could go down to one more good hit, but he may be able to find the reversal. It depends on the hit as we see the jab connect and send Kip off stage.
Yeah, but Kip now still able to make it back. Again, this is what we're talking about, though. It does seem like these stocks can get hard to close out at these higher percentages, as now Kip does find his way back in, but the back air from center stage will take the first game. Kip upwards of 150% does go down, and so, all right, well, we saw it once. Okay, we did see a hero spin take the other Mii Sword Fighter all the way to the corner and kill and find the stock at an extremely early percent. I don't know. I don't know. We also saw them fall out of the combo a couple times. So,
Listen. Let's understand. Maybe it's difficult, Chris. You don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, like Kip was. It was clear Kip wanted it and was like looking for it. Like there were a couple of shurikens thrown out, and then he would like short hop forward, but not go for an aerial, which means he was probably looking for like down tilt setups on landing. But I think Willie was looking for it, as we see, I believe, a Mii swap from Willie this time around, as the back air connects into the forward air. One more forward air, 42% build up already.
yeah, I mean, again, another part of this breakdown, excuse me, was how much the aerials on Mii Sword Fighter just do outright. I mean, Willie is all the way up at 100% already just off of a couple good aerials. So now the down tilt connects, but again, too high of a percentage to confirm into some of these kill confirms. Oh, wow. Man, I can't believe that connects, and Willie can't either. The circle blade, whatever that thing is.
Chakra.
The chakra, there you go. Connecting from the ledge, but now, again, 160%. And these down tilts into the hero spin are starting to fall out of confirms.
And as we do see Willie find the back air, it won't connect in the right spot, but there's the down throw into the uppy, but he air dodges out of it, Chris. It didn't work this time around, Chris.
Interesting. All right. I mean, we're learning, so okay. I mean, he did fall out of the hero spin there. Yeah, if we're keeping track at home, I am not, but another thing to keep in mind, hero spin, grounded hero spin, will take that first stock. Kip now with an advantage after dropping the first game here. The grab, the down throw into the hero spin. Guess what? That's a kill confirm, so well done out of Willie, tying stock count at 2. I mean, I can't help but look at the player cams as well during this, because I know they can hear me. So every time I freak out about one of these combos getting dropped, or when the first hero spin connected, I saw Willie kind of smirk, because I know that these players don't think this is as real as I do.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're seeing the intricacies of it, and even so, we're seeing how strong, just how beefy it feels for these aerials to connect, as Willie, looking for the grab, does find chakra to connect. A couple of side specials thrown out as both players are kind of dashing around each other's game plan. There is the down throw. The back air doesn't connect in the right spot, and the side special is the low version. A little bit of a grin from Willie, said, like, I didn't expect that, but hey, we'll roll with it.
Whoopsie daisies out of Willie, as he does SD that stock and now finds himself basically a whole stock down. Kip looking for those down tilts. The down throw connects, but does not go for the hero spin. He gets the tornado hitbox, though he probably could have gone for a hero spin off that tornado, but opts not to. Willie unable to find that stock Kip upwards of 130%. Willie goes for the up smash. It will not land. The back air does land, so Kip will lose their second stock. That hero spin does not have great vertical momentum, so can't make it back to the ledge on that one.
Yeah, but we do see one grab connect. Again, looking for that back air. It won't connect this time around as Kip is at too low of a percent for that to work out. But there are those down tilts looking for the grab afterwards. Instead, both players trading back and forth. We do see back air connects for Kip. And Willie goes down. Both players kind of shocked that that stock was taken off of that back air at that point.
Fair enough. Yeah, we see the reaction from both these guys. Yeah, you're right. Both players, I think, pretty surprised that that one ended how it did, but fair enough. So we split so far 1-1. Willie looking to bounce back. Okay, I don't I don't know what the takeaway is so far about this character. I think the biggest thing I'm noticing is that if you get to too high of a percentage, that things really start to fall apart.
Yes, I'm also noticing that a lot of these backers are connecting on the sweet spot. I think it's sending people at the, like, in the video, they talk about the back air just needs to connect, and that's true to a point. That back air is strong. It hits hard. If it hits in the sour spot, it's not sent nearly as far. But you can really take advantage of that if you hit it in the right spot. If you can hit that sour spot, I think that's what makes it combo into the hero spin at almost any percent, but you got to be ready for it. So as we hop into this game, expect to see potentially another setup into the back air, but for now, it looks like a lot of it is just sort of getting used to the feel.
Yeah, now we see, excuse me, we load back in. Game 3 here between these two players. Again, still best of 5. Winners finals, no exception. Kip and Willie splitting games so far, but we get to see, I am starting to lose track of which sword fighter is which. As Kip, the one in the green tunic and the witch hat, Willie in the old school Breath of the Wild Guardian gear with the toad hat. So, still high percentages so far, no major threats. Oh, wow, a major threat right as I say it. A charged forward smash will catch Willie's first stock, and now Kip with an opportunity to start running away with it if he's able to find one of these starts to these patented combos.
And we do see the get-up attack work out. A quick tornado into the forward air won't be enough to KO this time around. Another get-up attack will work into Kip's favor as he's looking for those shurikens to potentially call out the landing and get Willie into his shield. Goes for the up smash, but will eat a bit of damage in return as the forward tilt connects and will be able to close the stock.
Yeah, all right, we return back to even stock counts, but Willie at a higher count goes for a read there, can't quite capitalize, is able to find the down B again. Yeah, falls out of it. Kevin, was I wrong?
No, because we're seeing it, Chris, because it worked there. We saw that the slingshot backer did connect, but I think it's just hitting in the wrong spot. Maybe it's a DI thing. Maybe it is a way. There are ways to get out of it, but it does feel like it's just getting a little bit more problematic every interaction we see.
Yeah, maybe just a little too predictable as well. I mean, we all know that anytime one of these players gets a grab, it will be a down throw into either a back air or presumably a hero spin. So, I don't know. I guess we'll keep an eye on it again the longer this series goes. This is first to 3, so we have a minimum 2 more games of Smash between these two players left. Again, another grab into down throw into a forward air that does not connect. So, we've yet to really see either of these players go for just the straight down throw into the hero spin, usually opting for one of their aerials.
Yeah, and every time it feels like it should be KOing just a little bit earlier, but for now, we do see Kip sitting at a pretty high percent, and I think the Rage has come into play multiple times in this series. The Shuriken calling out the landing, using the side special to take full advantage, but there's that back air, able to kill near center stage. I mean, it's really starting to rack up.
Yeah, 100% now on Willie, and they are catching forward smashes. The hero spin goes a little high, and he does get caught with the back air there. Kip taking game 3 and pulling ahead in the series, but I'm conflicted, Kevin. I really am.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's a mechanics thing. I can't tell if it was just maybe it doesn't work how we thought it did. But there is something that just seems to not be exactly what you would expect word for word, and understandably so, right? Like, it's a YouTube video. Your goal is to have people watch. The guy succeeded. There's a lot of cool stuff in that video. And I have seen some of the crazy setups. We've seen it at the top level, but I'm curious how tight the input is when it comes to the slingshot back air. Maybe that's where it's getting dropped, is trying to go for that option. Slingshot isn't inherently easy, but I do think that a lot of it can come down to trying to find that last hit. And another thing to keep in mind is that both players are not necessarily the sword fighter player.
Yeah, right. Yeah, neither of these players really swordies historically. I mean, Ben had a good interview earlier asking Willie if he had any competitive experience on a swordy, and he did say that he plays, what was it, Joker and Lucina, I think he said was the other one?
Yeah, a little bit of Cloud.
Yeah, so disjointed hitboxes, certainly not unfamiliar territory for these players, but definitely not comfort zones either, as we see their Pac-Man and Kazuya so regularly. But another grab lands into a shuriken. It will take the jump from Willie, but Kip able to catch the get up there and connect it with an up smash. He will take first stock here, but Willie now in the exact same spot Kip was in just a moment ago, but unable to secure a stock from it in the other direction.
Yeah, we do see an air connect. There's that chakra doing good damage. A good down throw into the up air, into a back air will build an extra 30% or so, as a drag down forward air gets a little bit more value, and Kip playing the zoning game.
Wow, zoning game canceled. We will wipe that one off, as Willie able to find a forward smash there in response. So the drag down forward air does not confirm into the down tilt. It was a good look out of Willie. Down tilt there. Grab, back air. Doesn't go for more there. Just gets Kip off stage with some damage. I think I heard Coach Igloo in the back calling out Willie for not going for more.
Understandably so. If you're going to commit to the bit, understandably so, you would expect to hear it, but I'm glad that Coach Igloo is looking for it as much as we are.
Yeah, and that makes me happy, but yeah, I mean, another down tilt there, opting not to go. I think I just would like to see more. The value, the gimmick of that video was really based around how early Hero Spin kills. Like, it's jarringly early. So at percentages like these, I think I just wish these players were just throwing out Hero Spin a bit more. I know it is a heavy commitment, but it is a massive hitbox and at least workable, I would think. But up smash lands Willie on his last stock and in danger of losing that last one. Kip will come out on top in the Mii Sword Fighter Ditto, dropping the first game but going flawless from then on. Congratulations to the temporary Mii Sword Fighter King in this arena.
That's a crazy title to have. If you were to tell me, what is it, 6 years ago, however long Ultimate came out, that I would be talking over a Mii Sword Fighter Ditto.
Like it was a real thing.
Yeah. I would have told you were crazy, and like, why would you even consider that? And yet here we are. Like, it was good to see that they tried it. I'm glad that it hit that level of like intricacies. I mean, we saw moments of like light there. Some things were connecting in the right spot. The down throw into the back air was connecting. I couldn't tell if it was because they were too high of a percent, that maybe they were concerned with the hero spin. Maybe they weren't going like holding in towards the opponent, so it looked further away than it actually was. There are a lot of factors that could be taken into play for that. But either way, I'm just happy that they gave it a shot.
I am too, yeah. For as much as we talked about it, as much as we hyped it up, I'm glad we at least got to see one and even two Mii Sword Fighters in the same game. Certainly not where I saw this going. And I looked up, Smash Ultimate released December 7th, 2018. So 7 years, 6.5 years of playing this game, of casting this game, and here we are talking about Mii Swordfighter as if it's a real character. We do have Kip standing by, ready to walk us through what felt good, what felt right, what felt broken, and what didn't. So, Kip, talk to me. Is Mii Swordfighter real?
We are indeed going to talk to you, Chris. I'm standing by with Kyle here. Okay, is this real?
The character, maybe not like competitively viable real, but my Mii Swordfighter, I think it's very real. For some reason, I don't know why, I have a lot of fun playing this character. I really like their buttons. I also really think it's a little like cheesy just doing like the Shuriken of Light into power thrust combo. I see like a couple like top Mii Swordfighter players use that combo, and it seems to be a really good move. And also like Chakram was like the disc that he throws out. I didn't hit it during the set. You can do some like hard kill confirms into it. You can do like a light throw, which like doesn't make it go very far, but like slightly goes back in, which sets up perfectly into like a forward smash, and you can kill it like 80. This character for some reason has a lot of tricks, but despite that, I don't think he's very that good.
No, it's definitely not a character that we often think about when we look at competitive Smash Bros. But the one question about this character is the combo like legitimate? Does it work? And we saw a couple hero spins into kills, but was that the actual combo being performed?
It is real, but we didn't really hit the true like setup like during the set. There is a video out there, I forgot who it's from unfortunately, but they made this really in-depth video on how to properly do the entire to zero death. I think it starts from like down to grab, and you can do some call it a slingshot. It's kind of like a movement tech that kind of can be applied to any character, but it basically kind of just shift your momentum in a way, but also like turning your body around, which is why Mii Swordfighter is able to do a back air into the hero spin. That's pretty much the reason why that combo works, is because of the slingshot application, but it's pretty hard to get down.
No, yeah, I mean, it definitely looks quite difficult to try to hit. I mean, you guys were going for grabs left and right, and only a couple of them were actually able to combo into one of those combos, right? But away from the Mii Swordfighter and everything like that, you are the first player to punch their ticket to the Grand Finals. Congratulations on that. How are you feeling, and what are you expecting in this lower bracket run?
I was feeling good, and honestly, I'm not really sure what to expect anymore because I wasn't prepared to play Winners Finals in a Mii Swordfighter, you know. I think we were requested by the audience quite literally as we were plugging our controllers into the setup. So honestly, I'm not really sure what to expect anymore, but I think that's what's going to be fun about it.
No, for sure. It's definitely going to be a blast. Congratulations on punching your ticket, and we are going to toss it back to the casters as we get set up for our next match. Guys, back to you.
Well, Chris, we tried. We saw it, but we have heard it from some of Shenandoah's best. They're not feeling too good about it, Chris.
Look, I'm gonna cling to the things that agree with my argument. What I heard, what I took away from that was that he said the slingshot is hard, the combo is hard, and they don't have the experience to do it. All right, I think that if with more practice, I think with more commitment, it's still possible, all right? And I'm going to cling to that and run away.
Yeah, someone call CJ Big One. I know that guy's been practicing Mii Swordfighter. Get him out here. Prove a point. But even so, I'm glad we saw a little bit of it. I'm glad they gave it a shot. It was worth it to bring this whole... The fact that we even talked about it earlier today was kind of unexpected, but that is so good that it went all the way around. I'm very pleased.
Yeah, the truth is, like, it is one of the hottest storylines in Smash right now, and it was fun to see it put to test because it's really not often that you see a character really have such a lore bomb, a news break like that, a tech be released that's that consequential, but. Yeah, I mean, good thing done, but it is behind us as we load into our next matchup here. It is on your screen. We've got Sonic taking on Kazuya here. Chiliad Emerald making their third appearance onto our stream here in lower semis.
Yeah, and this is a matchup that you will see a lot in the top parts of the bracket, I mean, Sonic being so incredibly good at just keeping the pressure going using that spin dash, but on the other side of that, Kazuya, a character who can just delete stock so quickly. This is very much a Sonic-paced matchup. It is going to be on Chiliad to find an opportunity to get those couple of hits in. Beyond that, you are really trying to just dance around those spin dashes.
Yeah, Rage Drive is online. Got to look out for that, but it does get knocked out as well, and the down air is parried, and the forward smash connects. Belt Giver here taking the first stock, but wow, caught very far off stage and catches a laser to confirm it. Stock count evens out, and we return back. Look, the platforms are gone. It's 2 stocks, Kevin. We're back to Smash 4 for the second time today.
That's crazy, Chris. I mean, hey, even in this sort of game, you would expect that Kazuya is going to get a little bit of that combo game started, but it's good that we see Sonic dash around, making sure that I am not going for any sort of crazy combo game when you are playing Kazuya and there are no platforms. You kidding me? So instead, Chiliad Emerald goes, finds one opportunity, gets the up special to connect, looks for another one to call out the down air, but it won't be enough. Instead, calls out the spin dash, as I think even Belt Giver was not ready for that.
Yeah, excuse me. I did not see that one coming, and I think you're right. I don't think Belt Giver did either, but Neutral B sends Sonic far off stage, but still able to get back. This character's so mobile, one of, if not the best character in the game currently. Forward smash, oh man. Chiliad Emerald able to drift just barely out of that one. Rage Drive back online. Great tech, stays alive. Chiliad Emerald will lose the Rage Drive, but hold on to their stock, but not for long. A great forward air off the platform there. Belt Giver staying in this one, keeping it competitive.
I mean, look at that coverage, Chris. We saw Sonic go down, try to cover with back air, try to double jump cover with back air, use the spring, and get Chiliad Emerald to use that laser. I mean, that was beautiful, like, play all around.
Yeah, great stuff so far out of Belt Giver. Chiliad Emerald doing a great job as well, finding their moments, and that is ultimately what Kazuya is. You said it earlier, all gas, no brakes, and in exchange for a high advantage state. A great air dodge there, able to make it back to the ledge. Belt Giver just missing the off stage. Grabbed, can't quite confirm it, into the electric, and wow, a back air just finds the stock. Impressive stuff.
No, that was really nice, because I don't see that confirmed nearly as much, like, going forward. It's like, it feels like it's so difficult to, like, find those moments of, like, spin dash into the back air. I've seen it. It happens. But that was a, like, nice, solid, he saw it connect and immediately was up there ready to capitalize.
Yeah, great all-around impressive showing out of Belt Giver, making their first appearance here on the main stage, and looking pretty good so far. I mean, this is deep into the bracket, right? We said this is lower semis. Winner goes to lower finals to play a Willy, awaiting them on the lower side of the bracket. Not something you see very often, especially around these parts, but Belt Giver looking to be the one to match Willy in those losers finals, but we'll see. I mean, still, again, plenty of Smash to be played. These are still best of fives, like I've been saying all night, and that will not change.
Yeah, and to think that it could be 2 series of Sonic versus Kazuya is very intimidating. Now, Willy, we have received word, has been experimenting. You know, it's been trying some other things to, like, get some tournament experience. We heard about those Jokers and the Clouds and the Lucinas for the sword characters, but you never know. But speaking of Cloud, a very nice swap out to not have to deal with the Kazuya Sonic matchup, instead opting for Cloud, a big sword to take advantage of that high-speed game.
Yeah, all right. Big change of pace here for Chiliad Emerald as they look to keep up the pace with this Sonic. Belt Giver taking game 1 in a very strong fashion. Wow, forward air spikes, but cannot confirm it into the up smash. The limit break is online, and they throw it off stage. Can't quite confirm. Forward smash comes out, goes wide. So here comes that Sonic damage. Sour spot down air does not confirm just yet, but another fully charged limit break. And not enough. Sonic goes right through it, right under it, and is able to find a forward smash. Takes first stock, takes the lead.
Yeah, we do see a bit of a back and forth. One good connect from Sonic is going to keep that damage going, but it's interesting to see how Chiliad Emerald is trying to deal with this matchup, using a lot of the up special on the shield game and trying to use the aerials to just sort of stuff out space, take up as much space as possible, especially when the character he's up against moves so quickly. It's hard for even the player who is playing Sonic to have full control at all times. So to just throw out a move, try and take up that space, can offer so much value as that down air connects.
Yeah, so now 89% and a lost limit break. Again, struggling to see those confirm, but we'll see now the up B goes a little bit wide. Sonic is looking to establish this game plan once again, and here it comes. Carrying Cloud far off stage, and Cloud with a very one-dimensional limited recovery option. Goes for another up B, lands just in front of Belt Giver forward smash. Going for more. Cloud will make it back to the ledge. Chiliad Emerald doing a great job of making it back from off stage, but not good enough to survive those forward smashes.
We do see a nice call out, able to get a good advantage on that side special. You see a couple more up Bs building that percent. Back air connects, trying to deal with the Sonic game. Will get another up special to continue building it. It sends it back off stage. I was expecting that to send on stage in that interaction, but we do see the recovery goes a little too low, and it is a 1-to-1 stock count.
Yeah, so close game once again. Belt Giver looking at to pull ahead in this series even more. I mean, a massive difference between 2-0 and 1-1. So massive opportunity for the Belt Giver, a massive scare for Chiliad Emerald. They get hit by the spring, but still able to make it back. No scares just yet. Limit not particularly close to being full, so we won't see anything like that, but probably will by the time these players get up to higher percentages. So we might see that limit break find the finish on either one of these stocks as Chiliad Emerald continues to climb in the percentage game, gets stuck in the shield, not able to let go. The up B gets parried, but the splash on the landing.
Oh man, Chris, with the spin dash clanked with the forward smash. I thought that was going to be enough, but it won't be this time around. Instead, Limit is online. Cross slash on the landing. It won't KO, but the percent now working into Chiliad's favor may be enough. A forward smash a little too early means that the Sonic grab will connect. Air dodge back to the ledge will be able to work into Chiliad's favor. The Belt Giver looking for that final hit. The up special comes out from Cloud looking for that final exchange, potentially sending Sonic off stage, but it won't be enough. Dash attack connects, and it's still not enough, Chris.
Wow, I was just about to say that Limit's not very close to either, so you're going to have to be thinking dash attack, back air, other kill options, and the dash attack lands, but still not enough to kill as they do go for back air, and it does find the stock. We go 1-1. Chiliad Emerald able to survive and keep this series even.
Yeah, I mean, a big sigh of relief from both sides. You could tell it was a high-pressure situation, and both were looking for it. But even so, that does mean that the series is starting to even out. So that is what is needed going forward for a potential Game 5 series.
Yeah, hey, this, I believe... Well, no, never mind. I was going to say, I believe is the first time that we haven't had a 3-0 on stage, but I forgot about Willie was able to take one off Kip there. So, anyway, it looks like one of the really close series that we will see as we get further and further into this bracket and the talent really starts to even out up top. But Chiliad Emerald with a heck of a response there. I mean, under immense pressure, right? Going off stage, getting hit by that spring with one stock left, missing the forward smash. I mean, there were a couple moments where I really thought Chiliad Emerald might go down, but able to stay on top of it, stay on the stage, and stay in advantage ultimately pays off.
Yeah, very good limit cross slash. If you want your opportunity to make up for a deficit, you can really play around your limit as Cloud, and that can be enough to really turn the tables. This time around it works, but it won't always. So as we move on in the series, it may mean that the Belt Giver needs to play a little slower, but that is not the name of Sonic, so I imagine we will see a bit more of a spin dash game trying to go through Chiliad instead of dealing with that cross slash.
Yeah, great job there to return the damage. Chiliad Emerald keeping this competitive again. This will still be, like you said, a Sonic-paced matchup, but the Cloud swap, I would say, has certainly paid off, not only by winning that last game, but at least just keeping these types of interactions more playable, right? Kazuya, in these circumstances, would be drowning, and we see that all the time. It's what makes Sonic such a great character, is all the pressure that he can apply basically all the time. The up smash facing the wrong way, can't connect. Now over 100% Chiliad Emerald getting dangerously close to losing this first stock.
Yeah, we do see the jabs come out from Chiliad. It won't lead to too much, but instead a forward air connects on the platform, has to use the up special to recover, and both players sitting above 100% looking for that final hit. We do see a couple of back airs coming out. Dash attack to trade into the spin dash will work out as the Belt Giver is looking for an opportunity to keep it going forward as Chiliad goes for the jump in, but is called out by the spin dash.
Yeah, I'm surprised that killed from, I mean, as much as that combo looked crazy, like there were a lot of hits in there, that was just the power spin into a forward air from what looked like kind of the top platform. I mean, there was still room to gain there, but Belt Giver walks away with the stock. So 140% now on this Sonic, and really clinging to this stock for as long as possible, finding quite a bit of value as the up B is shielded, and that will go into a grab. Back air, not enough to finish it off. We do know that Cloud can get really gimped in these types of situations. If you're able to get this character off stage, it can really struggle to get back.
Yeah, so as we see Chiliad start taking a lot of percent, it's going to be on the Belt Giver to look for these final hits. We've seen sending Chiliad off stage has been working out a lot, and that is, a big hard point of Cloud as a character. So now forward airs connecting, or falling out of forward airs, excuse me, will work into the favor of Chiliad, trying to call out the landing, but it doesn't connect this time around as both players sit and shield for a second, trying to call out each other for trying to hit buttons.
Yeah, the up B connects but does not find the stock at 180. The dash attack finally will. Upwards of 200% on that first stock for Sonic. So great value so far from Belt Giver, but Chiliad Emerald still keeping this competitive. Again, that's really all you can hope for into a Sonic matchup, is to try to hang for as long as possible. Limit coming up here soon. An opportunity for some serious damage here from Chiliad Emerald, or maybe just a recovery. They go for the cross slash at the ledge, but just a little too far away. Belt Giver able to get out of that one, and the forward air confirms. Chiliad Emerald now down to their last stock.
Yeah, we are seeing a bit of pressure onto Chiliad, trying to find a good opportunity to get back into this. Again, the limit is your ticket, but even so, we do see that the Belt Giver wants to give no momentum back into Chiliad's favor, and is doing a real good job of dancing around the game plan, using those spin dashes to get a little bit of damage and not give Chiliad the chance to swing that sword around.
Yeah, it feels like a very different story from the last game we saw between these two players. Belt Giver doing a great job.
That took it?
Wow.
That took the limit!
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he up specialed, and the spring hit at just the right spot to take it. That's crazy, Chris.
Interesting. Well, all right. Good information for future matchups here. If we see that again, you saw the reaction from Belt Giver there. Certainly up to something there. But yeah, comes away on top. Again, best of 5. So one more to go for Belt Giver if they are to advance from this point. But looking pretty good so far against, I mean, again, so we have, what, 4 players left, right? These two plus Willie waiting in lower finals plus Kip waiting in grands. So that's 3 Shenandoah players and then 1 visitor here making an appearance at our Gamer Bash sequel here, our Gamer Bash follow-up, looking to make that podium again with an opportunity with TJ Shoryu not here.
Yeah, and we were talking about exactly that. DJ Shoryu not finding, not here at this event this time around, who got that 3rd place finish. Sonic can cause some problems just across the board for Shenandoah's roster, So I wouldn't be surprised if they do make a bit of a splash. They were telling me earlier that there was a player from the last event that they were really hoping to see, a Ridley player, who apparently was causing some havoc just in the bracket. Now, admittedly, I was on the other side of the switches at the time, did not see that Ridley player, but I also know that Willie has been picking up Ridley. That would be a crazy factor if that's what has been waiting in the reserves.
Who knows? I mean, I guess we'll see there. We'll see it when we get there, as Willie, again, is guaranteed to play the next series no matter the outcome of this one. So we load into what could be the final matchup of this series, and another swap here from Chiliad Emerald. Not liking the Cloud as much as maybe they thought in their first win, or their one win so far in the series. So opting to switch to the Incineroar that we saw earlier and build up that rage like we saw earlier as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a story of, once again, Sonic is going to control the pace of this match. One quick forward smash will be able to close out that stock. The Belgiver only taking 18 in the process, but even so, I mean, a couple of good hits again may be enough, as Incineroar just can really rack up that damage real quick.
Yeah, Belgiver really playing like he wants third, at least a podium finish, and looking pretty good along the way, as that is what's at stake, right? The loser of this series will finish in fourth. And another forward smash connects. It won't kill it to the blast zone, but it will make it so that Incineroar can't make it back. A tough recovery there. Belgiver, again, great job so far. Look at that combo.
Yeah, just keeping the pressure on Chiliad, going for a combo and not much more. No frame traps, no space traps, just trying to dance around those revenge setups and keep the game plan going. Back airs connecting, keeping Incineroar from going for anything too crazy. Spin dash beating out the Incineroar side B as the Incineroar gets hit by a spring and has to go down.
Yeah, big commit there from Chiliad Emerald. We saw them go for the counter, and I think that was it. I mean, I don't think Chiliad Emerald could have made it back from that point, so unfortunate finish there for Chiliad Emerald, but congratulations to Belgiver, as we have our podiums set. It's just a matter of order from here, as the three players remaining are the Belgiver, Willie, and Kip.
So the answer is the Belgiver going into Willie, a top 4 player in the MVTA region. That title is intimidating. But even so, we've seen a lot of what Willie has to offer. We could see the sword fighter again, who knows? But Sonic is definitely the type of character that you should be giving respect to. So I would not be surprised if Willie is potentially looking for potential setup, like character options, to deal with those characters.
Well, you heard what I just heard.
Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
we did just hear from our production that you know what? I don't know that I should say this.
We have gotten character confirmation.
Yeah, we have heard who Willie is going to try to play, but I believe the players will announce their characters to each other at the same time when they sit down at the setup. So I will hold that for now, and we'll come back to it as soon as we know those characters officially, or at least know that the players have announced. But nonetheless, we can, I assume, expect to see Belgiver play Sonic again, right? One of the best characters in the game, and looking very good on the Sonic, forcing 3 character swaps out of Chiliad Emerald. Certainly looking very good, and we have Belgiver standing by with Ben once again. I'm dying to hear how they feel about that series and how they're feeling coming into this next one. So Ben, take it away.
I am indeed standing by with the Belgiver. First things first, congratulations on third place, top 3 here at the Gamer Bash. How are you feeling making it this far?
I honestly didn't think I'd make it this far at all, but now that I've adapted this new style of like hit and run, it's definitely helping me a lot.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see the aggression coming out in your playstyle, specifically in that last matchup. It was pedal to the metal, right? And it worked out flawlessly, right? You had some character swaps coming into that matchup as well. Was there any kind of adjustments on the fly going into that Cloud and then into that Incineroar?
So mainly with the Cloud, it's like I have to watch out for the range of his sword, especially when he does something like F Smash, and then that limit as well. But what happened was most of the time he would go for Cross Slash or his Neutral B, just throw out a projectile, which became very predictable and very easy to attack and counter.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, attack it you did. You won a clean, almost clean, a very close 3-1 set. Now you go into the losers finals, right? Up against Willie. What is going through your mind about that matchup? We know that Willie is very strong on a lot of different characters, specifically a Kazuya Terry player as well. What do those matchups kind of look like for a Sonic?
Kazuya and Terry are both actually really bad characters against Sonic, mainly just because he can outrun them and pretty much any attack they do, especially even if like Kazuya, for example, grabs Sonic, it does his down throw. Sonic has a frame 2 air dodge that lets him get out pretty much any attack that he tries to throw out. And then at least for Terry, again, it's just he's too fast to catch. So in theory, it's you stock up, you know the vibes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, good luck here in the next matchup. I believe you're going to have to go back-to-back here in this losers finals to punch your ticket to Grands, potentially. Good luck in that matchup. We're going to toss it back over to the casters. Guys, back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Ben. And that is certainly something we know from watching Willie a lot on this broadcast on our varsity team, is that he does not like the Sonic matchup. So a bit uncomfortable here. I mean, it's always uncomfortable matching into a Sonic, really, no matter who you're playing. But, yeah, Willie, certainly a Kazuya and Terry player might be forced to dig deep here.
Right, and I want to talk a little bit about Willie here for a second, because Willie loves this game to a point that he can sit down and play this game for hours, and that's great, especially when you're trying to improve. But specifically, we've seen Willie keep sticky notes at these setups of win streaks, of him sitting down, picking a character, and just going one after another. It's gone on to multiple sticky notes, and those are just tally marks, Chris. They don't exactly take a lot of space on those notes. So I'm curious to see, will we see the Kazuya? Will we see the Terry? Will they have the high win streak? No, Chris, it's Ridley.
Surprise, everybody. A pick that was mentioned earlier today, something that I don't think have ever seen Willie do on stage, at least, but something that we knew at least existed, a Willie Ridley. And so now making its debut and getting to Belt Giver off stage, still able to make it back. Couple of tilt attacks, catching the jump, charge forward smash, well-timed shield. Beltgiver able to get out of that one, and here comes the Sonic.
Yeah, we do see a bit of the game plan thrown out, but Willie doing a good job of trying to dash around the spin dash as the percentages are starting to even out. Ridley has a lot of good moves that are able to KO relatively early, but for now, I am expecting just much more pressure.
Yeah, so we see now, Beltgiver gets caught off stage, not able to make it back to the ledge. I'm not even sure what exactly happened there, but Beltgiver ultimately losing their first stock, but not for long, as another just raw forward smash outright, taking the stock at the ledge. Impressive stuff from Beltgiver again. This would be a statement here. I mean, Willie is, again, reigning champion as well as just notorious, very good in this space, in this region, but Beltgiver really making a statement so far.
Yeah, as we do see a couple of air combos trying to keep things going. Willie looking for those final hits, but is kind of keeping the Beltgiver at a distance. Look at how Willie's trying to use the tail to just poke out the approach. It's been working pretty well, but now Sonic has to go low, has to air dodge back to the stage, and because of that, there is a giant space dragon ready to let it rip.
Yeah, great stuff there, but again, Beltgiver right back on stage, and being just as oppressive as always, right? Getting Willie off stage, not able to finish that one out, however. The spring goes down, and Willie's up B able to just beat it outright. So up air lands, and a charged up smash from Willie won't connect. Great job from Beltgiver again, getting Willie off stage, able to side B back to the ledge and goes for another side B. Able to mash out of it pretty quickly. Beltgiver again doing a great job holding his own so far.
Yeah, look at this, trying to stay away from the Ridley, but instead is caught on the landing. 166 rage built up will be enough to knock out any opponent at that situation, Chris. So, Willie walking away with Series 1, or Match 1.
Yeah, so good stuff, again, from both of these players. That's really all I can say. And a surprise out of Willie on a character that we haven't seen on this desk, we haven't seen in this room for as much time Willie spends here. Not something I've ever seen in my life, but impressive showing so far out of Willie's Ridley. And ultimately, especially through Stock 1, Beltgiver doing a great job of finding damage, getting in, establishing the hit-and-run game plan like he talked about in the interview, but it sort of started to fall apart in the later stocks, and he struggled to finish off that second one. So we load back into our second game here. Willie already up to 100%, so Beltgiver doing a great job already establishing his game plan.
Yeah, and that's what you need, is that now you're on a stage relatively flat, no platforms, you won't see any sort of crazy Ridley combos, but you will have opportunities to get in and keep the pressure going. But a great reversal will be able to close out a stock early for Willie.
Yeah, massive awareness out of Willie to go to even throw out the back air in that situation, knowing that Sonic would go a little too far and be sitting right in back air territory. So Willie able to sort of sneak a stock there and take the first of game 2 here. Is now we go back onto the stage. Willie finds the side B again, mashed out of very, very quickly. But again, Beltgiver just kind of struggling to finish these high percentage stocks off.
Yeah, forward air connects at the ledge, but it's not going to be enough to KO, and that means that one Ridley side B will add to the percentage as a forward smash calls out the spin dash approach once again, and again, rage percentage adding a ton of knockback. No character lives at that point, Chris.
Yeah, a couple tilt attacks already getting Beltgiver off stage. Man, Willie goes for it all, but with stocks to give, you can afford to make decisions like that. Willie very aware of the situation, as he will opt to stay put right on the platform. He feels no need to go anywhere, as now, again, we play the waiting game. Beltgiver with plenty of time to play and wait for his opportunities, as every Sonic game is at Sonic's pace.
Right, and so as we see the spin dashes connect, again, Willie's using a lot of these moves as just sort of stuffing options, calling out approaches as the back airs connect in just the right spot. It's a lot, Chris. It's a lot to keep track of, but it keeps building up, and because of that, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to deal with these approaches.
Yeah, it is. It's becoming pretty overwhelming, but now Beltgiver with their back against the wall, down 2-0. This is lower finals, right? Winner goes to grands. A lot on the line, and Willie now one game away from it. The Ridley looking like the right pick so far. But ultimately, it's not up to Beltgiver who Willie plays. So, gonna have to overcome this Ridley one way or another. And again, we're seeing flashes of greatness, right? We're seeing Beltgiver able to get in, find these good combos, the spin dash combos that Sonic's built around. But again, just sort of struggling to finish stocks off, and then sort of midway through the game, it looks like Willie just kind of settles in, gets comfortable, and starts really preventing those spin dashes from ever even getting in.
And Ridley already has high base knockback. Like, those back airs and those forward smashes will take stocks close to like 70, 80. To have yourself sitting at 150 with all of the enhanced knockback that you would ever want, and be able to hold on to the stock for as long as you can, get as much value off of it. I mean, he's playing aggressive, and I think he's playing to the point of just pure intimidation, because we saw that up special. That up special went, it missed, but you could see it on the players' faces that, like, Willie's like, dang, it didn't connect, but the Beltgiver's like, oh, thank God that didn't connect. Like, there's a bit of a mental aspect to that as well.
Yeah, we load into series point, or whatever it is. One game away from a Willie victory if he is to come out on top in this one. It will take a reverse sweep out of the Beltgiver, but again, we see the game plan come to fruition early on here. A great job from Beltgiver drags down the forward air and can't finish it off. Ridley up to over 100% back air. Wow, connects from borderline center stage and takes the first stock. So Bellgiver off to a very hot start right now.
We do see Ridley dash attack able to build some percentage, but the Bellgiver doing a good job of playing it safe, playing it slow, and dashing around that forward tilt. Able to get a bit of percentage build as we see just at how well this Sonic game plan is working together this time around. But there's that double jump over the setup, which means that the Bellgiver will be back aired off stage. A good air dodge will mean that the Bellgiver eats a tilt the opposite way from the blast zone, but even so, you will need to find an opportunity to get back, but the spring does not bring Sonic close enough. So we do see stocks even out, but it will be on the Bellgiver to find another opportunity to close things out as the back throw for Ridley is in order.
Yeah, I have to say, Willie doing a great job of moving around the stage for as heavy as Ridley is. He is dashing around some of these hitboxes and finding a lot of just little tilt attacks, little soft hitting moves to create space and buy time around these combos that Bellgiver's throwing out. So, Willie, I mean, just showcasing that, yeah, this Ridley is not coming out of nowhere, right? This is certainly something that he has practiced and has experience on, and although it doesn't come out very often, finding its value now, as now up to 145%, finds a grab, gets Bellgiver off stage. Forward air, not enough to find a stock there. Back air goes wide as well, so we make our way back to the platform and advantage Bellgiver.
Look at this, Chris. Pace slowing down just a little bit as the tilt game comes through. Ridley sitting at 155. Forward tilt connects, is able to secure the stock real quick as we do see the Bellgiver has to go off stage. Gets hit by a nair, and Willie lands back on the stage. Goes for the down tilt, able to spot dodge the forward smash as the back air from the Bellgiver will connect, and the stock count is even out. It is possible for the Bellgiver to potentially keep this series alive, but there is a tall dragon ahead of you, and can you find these combos to get things going? We will see. 54% built up out the gate.
Yeah, it certainly feels like this is one of the better performances we've seen out of Bellgiver, getting Willie down to his last stock and keeping this one really, really close. Oh, wow! The up air just finishes. Stun, shock, and awe on both of these players. That was jarring, but Willie goes up and takes the stock. He will walk away on top. I mean, that's crazy.
No, I was not ready for that to KO. And I don't think anybody was. Obviously, following up to that blast zone and going for that up air is a very aggressive option, and you are trying to end the game right then and there. So, really good awareness to find that opportunity, but I'm sure that 90% of the player base, at least I think a majority of the people in this room, would not be ready for that situation.
I'm tempted to turn around and ask Captain Igloo if he saw that one coming, because I take that man's word as gospel. But if we are polling the room, but we're not, so I'm not going to. All right, congratulations to Willie there. Great job on securing a 3-0 there, although it looked like a very strong performance out of Bellgiver, able to hang with one of the region's best and the current reigning champion, taking him to his last stock a couple times there and just looking good all around, but unfortunately does come up just short, so Bellgiver will bow out at third, and Willie advances to grand finals to meet his teammate once more in what I assume will not be a Mii Sword Fighter Ditto this time around.
Probably not.
But it could be.
I mean, we could see behind us that the players are, trying to get ready for that interview, but I mean, maybe we can ask them.
I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But we do have, like you said, Willie standing by after a strong showing on a character we haven't seen before, able to get his value, find his win, and advance to grand finals to meet his teammate in the rematch. Ben, take it away.
Thank you, Chris and Kevin. I am standing by with Willie, who has just punched their ticket to the grand finals of this Gamer Bash. Walk me through kind of what that matchup looked like, right? You played Ridley, pulling that one seemingly out of a hat. Why do you like that matchup so much?
It's a very strange decision in my opinion, because Kazuya, the character I typically go for a lot of characters, really struggles into Sonic. He's a combination of his frame 2 air dodge, his ability to just stay away, and complete mindset and like ability to disengage with Kazuya makes it very difficult to get those openings that I'm typically able to on many other characters. And I think Terry is also volatile in that sense. So for matchups like that, where I feel both my characters struggle, I think a couple other examples might be like Diddy Kong, sometimes Min Min, but it's like for matchups like that, I feel like I need a different character that doesn't fit that same archetype. Because, you know, Kazuya, Terry, both fighting game characters, very focused on getting in your face. And if I can't do that, I feel like I need someone else for that. And for me, Ridley has sort of become that. He's like a character that is able to establish space without really doing much. He's able to do like the Nair, the F-tilt, keep you away. And I think at Sonic specifically, the ability to keep him away with that poke from afar is so powerful. And it really adds up that the intimidation allows me to get things like the early back airs, the F smashes, things that really Kazuya and Terry, I think, struggle a lot with.
No, yeah. I mean, it did seem very beneficial for you in that sense with buying that space, like you say. What kind of went through your mind in that last very close game there against Bellgiver?
Overall, it was the hard part of the matchup, I think, is trying to contest Sonic when he's not staying away, when he's not respecting my space, because that's how you beat Ridley. If you let him get the space he wants, he is very dominant, but if you sort of stop him from that, it's very difficult for him to find his way back in. So I think in terms of that, a lot of those situations, in terms of my mental state, has become, how do I get this hit? How do I get the next hit? How do I build up damage? And not really focusing on, I could die at this moment, or he could die at this moment, because that's the sort of thing that lets you get snowballed. So in that last moment, I saw him going for a spin dash above me out of the air, and I thought he doesn't have a jump here because Sonic can only get out of his side B spin dash if he jumps. It's not like the other one where he can like air dodge. It only has to be jump for that specific instance. So I thought he's above me. He can't do anything to avoid this. I'm going to up air. And in that moment, he was drifting towards me to try and hit me with the side B, but then he wasn't ready to DI the up air that sort of came out of nowhere, and it ended up causing that kill. I'm really surprised I didn't kill Spark, honestly. It seemed like it killed pretty definitively, but overall, it's just sort of that, how do I get this next hit that's really helping me in those situations?
Yeah, no, for sure. Now, in this grand finals, right, we saw the Mii Sword Fighter earlier on against Kip. Is this going to be a best of the best kind of matchup coming here in this grand finals?
I think I got my keys jangled in the Mii Sword Fighter matchup, I'm going to be honest. I kind of just want to give Kyle a good fight. I'll probably go my real characters, he'll probably go his, and hopefully we'll have a really good match for you guys.
For sure, for sure. Well, congratulations on making it this far into the grand finals. We're going to toss it back to the casters, let you guys get warmed up on that stage, and we will be awaiting whoever wins first place. So I'll toss it back to the casters. Back to you.
Well, that was a cool little analysis there out of Willie, a nice little peer into the mind of one of the greats in this region and sort of understand what it is that he's looking for, what type of things he's thinking under any given circumstance. That's cool to hear, but he was not surprised by that up air killing like we were.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong up air. I think I was more so shocked that he went for it than it KOing. Like,
Yeah.
But also on top of that, that it didn't give the spark. It should have given the spark. That move it's like a semi. Like, that thing is hard hitting,
guess, yeah.
full momentum. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, so as we prepare for our grand finals matchup here, I was talking to Kip during that interview as well, and I believe you heard from Willie. It sounds like we are going to go back to mains and give this grand finals the honor it deserves. Now, my understanding as well is that we do have a bracket reset as well. So with Kip coming from winner's side and Willie coming from the lower side, that would mean that Willie would need to win 2 best-of-5s in order to come out on top here today.
Yes, and while that interview was happening, we did get word from the resident pack. Kip did make a comment saying that he doesn't expect the Sword Fighter either, which means that we're probably seeing Pac-Man versus either Terry or Kazuya. And if that is the case, we will get to see some really good Smash, because it is a lot of knowledge-based decision-making between these two players because they've played against each other so much.
Absolutely. And now something that surprises me, as we see ahead of you guys at home, we see that, yes, Pac-Man will be coming out for Kip, and Terry is the pick for Willie. We saw Pac-Man has this interaction where he's able to fall out of combos like, or specifically Terry combos, like no other character can. And it caught us off guard the first time we saw it, and Kip has been able to do it relatively consistently, excuse me, and Willie knows that. So ultimately, picking around it anyway, picking, in spite of that, that's where I'm looking for. But we load into our first game here of Grand Finals. Terry, the pick for Willie, Pac-Man, the obvious pick for Kip.
He's gone, Chris.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple of nairs into the burn knuckle will be enough to escort Kip into the blast zone and get a solid stock lead to start things off.
Yeah, and you saw from the player games there too, a little frustration from Kip. I'm sure that's not how he would have liked to start this one off, but he is able to find some percentage in return to start this first stock off for Willie. Now up to 83%, and the nair gets parried. And the trampoline's still there, able to block a power wave there. That was kind of quirky, but now Willie up over that special number, 3 digits, and that means 2 extra moves from Willie's kit are online.
Yeah, Power Geyser and Buster Wolf are here to play as we see the jab, but he goes for the Geyser to call out the trampoline instead of going for the Buster Wolf, and that's the level of adaptation that is needed at this point, Chris. It is all decision-making off of what these two do on a regular basis.
Yeah, another stock taken there from Willie as he goes for the Buster Wolf, ends up right on the trampoline and up to the tippy-top platform. So ultimately, while Kip is able to fall out of it, it's not super punishable either, as Willie lands in a safe space. He goes to the trampoline there and goes for a burn knuckle. Bell comes out, first one we've seen so far. Kip looking to finally put this first stock away, but one of our lessons from this semester is that Pac-Man really can struggle to secure stocks. Willie with a big call out there. Kip not falling for it this time. 175% now on Terry. Dangerously close to losing that first stock. Power Geyser hits the shield of Kip, and a Hydrant hits Terry. So we go opposite directions. The Buster Wolf catches Kip on the other side of his Hydrant. And now Kip up to almost 100% on his last stock without taking one yet.
Yeah, I think this is built off of what we saw from Willie earlier. Willie held on to stocks for an incredibly long time, even on Ridley, even on the Sword Fighters. We saw that Willie's ability to hold on right now is intense, but the fire hydrant goes down at just the right spot where the trampoline is, and it knocks away a lot of the value. Kip has to go back and loses the stock because of it.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to call that luck. I hate to call anything luck, but ultimately the hydrant
a little lucky
landing exactly where it needed to be. A great job there by Willie. I guess we'll call it intentional. Great placement by Willie,
yes,
to place the hydrant right on top of the trampoline and give Kip 0 recovery options. Yeah, ultimately strong start from Willie, losing his first stock in kind of garbage time, almost. I mean, really getting Kip all the way up to 100% on his last stock before losing Willie's first is a statement to start this series off.
On top of that, it feels like Willie is just he wants this. Like, it's a lot of hard call-outs. We saw he went for a nair, like 2 nair combo into a power dunk. If he was not at that high of a percent where the rage was building up like that, he would have gone for the power dunk and was able to spike. Like, that would have been spike box. That would have been disastrous. That means we would have seen it 3 times in the last, at least I would have seen it 3 times in the last 3 days. And that's, that doesn't happen. That's wild.
It is wild, and the fact that we came that close to seeing it again is certainly a testament to the caliber of these players, but they are both extremely good. I mean, we talked a lot about Willie coming into today. All throughout the show, we've talked about Willie being, the reigning champ, ranked in the region. Certainly a name that everybody here knows. But Kip is no exception. Like, right up there with him. They met in Grands, the last Gamer Bash as well. Willie coming out on top in that one. But
yeah. Stars and Spikes. I mean, there are so many
these players have
tournaments
history.
that these two run into each other, butt heads, and find matches off of each other all the time. Clearly, I want to go back and acknowledge the down tilt jab Power Geyser. That is not true, but that speaks to the level of just knowledge check, like to know what your opponent is thinking, what they want to do at any given point, because whenever that normally happens, Kip uses the trampoline, bounces out of the way, Terry flies into the trampoline, and bounces up with Pac-Man, and Pac-Man's usually able to get away scot-free. But this time around, Willie calls it out. Trampoline doesn't send very high on the first use, so instead, there is a giant geyser flowing up towards this Pac-Man. I mean, that was crazy. You know what else? I've found more answers to Pac-Man recovery in the last 2.5 weeks than I think I have ever seen before in the entire semester, in the last couple of years.
That last recovery felt a little fluky, but I'm trying to think of how. So he died from the power geyser.
Yes.
He went down to, what was the second stock?
It was the burn knuckle. He got
the burn knuckle was the
escorted.
first one. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we didn't really see Pac-Man's recovery get halted other than by the hydrant. But you're right. I mean, we've now seen 3 unique ways of preventing Pac-Man's borderline perfect recovery, or cover all of those options that we haven't seen before. Now, is that hydrant replicatable? I don't know.
The big thing is that if you could do it once, you may be able to do it again. With hydrant specifically, the knockback, the angles it's sent at are unique to every move. Like, they might send generally in the same spot, but you can, every single time I knock out the fire hydrant with my forward air, with my forward tilt, with my burn knuckle, whatever it is, it will fly the exact same way.
Yeah, and the thing that scares me, though, is it was placed on the stage closer to, like, center stage as well. Like, it bounced a couple times before going down. So, I don't know. Like, that seems hard to me to be able to repeat. But who's to say it can't happen again? And you're right. The fact that it happened once, by definition, means that it can happen again. So, we'll see if Willie is able to find another one of those, if he will even need to find another one of those. Keep an eye out for it, but now we know. Now Kip knows, and we move on. We load into our second game here after a slight delay, and now Willie still on the Terry pick, not opting to change, and I don't expect him to really at any point in this series, as now both players at closer percentages than we saw last time, right? We really saw Willie pull ahead early and run away, and never really look back, but now Kip doing a great job holding his own. Here comes a Galaga combo, and that will instantly put Willie at a higher percent than Kip. So a surprise there. Wow, what just...
A couple of trampoline interactions, Chris, going back and forth. Kip able to find a way back on the stage. Willie looking for those patented spikes at the ledge, but even so, look at this. Willie throwing out the power geysers. The bell online tossed, but both players using their go-to options to close out the stocks, and it doesn't work out. Instead, Willie sitting in shield will be able to up smash on reaction for that potential follow-up as the bell connects into a footstool. Does Willie go for anything crazy? No, instead we'll go for the neutral get up and we'll be able to get away.
Oh man, Kip able to almost reverse that one. Willie able to bounce off the platform and make his way back.
Oh, Chris, he's gone.
The power dunk goes off stage and takes another stock. Again, you see the cameras, the frustration starting to come through for Kip, as now he finds himself down 2 stocks again against Willie's Terry. Here does scoop with that up smash, and it will confirm Willie at a very high percentage. So Kip finds his first, and now has a lot of room left a lot of distance still to go.
Yeah, so we do see a couple more setups there. Willie going for the forward smash onto the hydrant, which will set it up for a Galaga setup. Goes for a rising tackle. We did not look intentional, which means that Kip will go for a little bit of extra percentage as well. Down tilt start connecting. Kip has to go to the ledge. Will get hit by the nair. Goes for the double jump, but is spiked by a Terry Bogard catching up right then and there.
All right, well, momentum is certainly leaning Willie's way right now. He's taken full control of this series, now up 2-0. Again, bracket reset still in play, so Kip not out of it yet. Far from it still. A lot of Smash to be played, but would certainly take a massive change from this point. I mean, it's certainly looking extremely Willie favored. All of these games, all of these interactions, Kip really has been struggling to establish this projectile, these fruits that we're so used to seeing.
Right. It feels like Willie has been finding great ways to get around the fire hydrant because Kip hasn't been able to get it down in the ways that Kip normally prefers. As we get situations like this, the hydrant's already gone and Kip is sitting at 66. The game plan was supposed to start, but even so, it feels like Willie has good ways to just deal with these sorts of situations.
Yeah, now Kip does go up to the platform. He won't go down to that rising tackle. The hydrant is down and gets hit into Willie's direction. So Galaga comes out. It won't find the combos that we are used to, but a little bit of damage is still worth getting as the power dunk goes wide, and it will catch a forward smash. Pac-Man's forward smash not enough to threaten too much this early, but Go Meter now online for Terry. The hydrant goes flying, and that means Kip gets his grab. He will get Terry off stage, and the bell is grabbed by Willie, and it means he finds a stun into an up smash. So Kip losing his first stock here again, and the Go Meter still online can be real scary.
Yeah, and I think Kip was caught off guard there, not expecting the Buster Wolf setup, but will still look for a couple of options. There's that bell on the recovery, which means that Kip will be able to even out the stock count. Fruit is being charged as Willie goes for an air into the spike. Pac-Man does make this back, but he needs to find an opportunity to get his recovery going. As we see, Power Pellet eaten, will be able to get back onto the stage and get a good combo going.
Yeah, Galaga comes out, but it will not connect, so he can't extend that combo into much more, but he's able to freestyle it into a bit more damage on his own. So another fruit comes out, grab goes wide. Willie gets punished for it and back aired off stage. The power dunk does land. Kip not expecting that one. Gets launched across the stage. Now forced to charge his fruit. No hydrant in play, but another grab will connect. The bell comes out, and they clank at the ledge. Willie able to make it back to that ledge. Forced to drift away from the bell. The forward smash can't land. Power Geyser comes out, and it is shielded. So Kip now on top for the first time in this series.
I think Willie was looking for a jump call out on that Power Geyser, but this time around we'll be able to find the jump on the Power Dunk, which means both players sitting at 0 on a potential bracket reset as the Galaga combo doesn't connect how it normally does, which means that both players will find an opportunity to reset it back to neutral.
Yeah, the Burning Knuckle goes through Kip's shield, puts him in a safe spot, so Kip unable to capitalize on that one. The hydrant lands on the platform, so now Kip forced to play a bit compromised here. He does still charge his fruit, and the Galaga comes out. It will still land at max distance. Willie getting caught off guard by that one. Key comes out, and it just clanks. Did I see that right?
Yeah, I think Willie was caught clanking with both the hydrant and the key, or excuse me, the key and the hydrant was sent flying the other way, which means that it just worked out for Willie that time around. That's not the kind of play that you necessarily can expect every time, but when it does work, it works pretty nice. Bell does connect in exchange for a little bit of damage both sides. Willie, run up shield, does find a lot of value against Pac-Man, but for now, it won't be enough as Kip has been doing a really good job of calling out these shields as both players are sitting at a high percent, going to dance around the hydrant. Bell is thrown, so Kip will need to find another one to charge as another Buster Wolf is charged, but it will not connect as Kip walks away and prevents the bracket reset.
All right, live to fight another day. Kip does continue this one. Like you said, avoid the bracket reset, and that's all you can hope for now, as it will still take 2 more consecutively for Kip to put this away here and now, but Willie still in a great spot to try to force a bracket reset with 1 game going his way.
Yeah, so at this point, there's a lot of things that you're looking for. We've seen the little intricacies of the hydrant setups and how Willie has been very deliberately trying to remove it, get it out of the way. Kip has been sending it flying with forward airs and up airs and trying to send it back because it doesn't seem like Willie has a good option to one-hit the hydrant. A lot of characters don't. So for that, it means that Kip has the opportunity to react, try and get more online. But even then, we're seeing those little intricacies again and again. The key clank into the hydrant, that was like, understand, that could have been stock ending if that thing connected because Terry would have been sent super far off stage. And while Terry has like a decent recovery, A lot of it is horizontal, not so much vertical.
Whoa, okay.
Okay. Oh, Chris, it's Kazuya Mishima. It's only been 10 seconds and there's already been a spike.
Now, this is not the Bowser that we saw last time, so Kip can absolutely make it back from that spot on the map. He does get electric, and Willie goes for the up smash, but it will not confirm from that platform. So Kip still, again, living to fight another day, and that's all you can hope for. Kazuya goes through the trampoline, and now forward smash, sour spot, lingering hitbox connects.
And we do see Bell is thrown. Willie now feeling the pressure to find a way in, as Kip is willing to play this song and dance and sit with the bell, but the side special does connect and is able to get a stock lead for Kip, as it was a great setup into the side special.
Yeah, Kip with an advantage, once again, not something we've seen in this series until last game, and that was the one that Kip was able to come out on top. So a strong start from the Pac-Man. The hydrant gets blasted right over his head, but Willie, again, just looking for one window, because that's what this character needs, right? It may look like we don't see much out of Kazuya for a while, but the moment we do, it can be game-changing.
Chris, I don't know how Kazuya is supposed to get over that trampoline. His jump is so small, he can't dance around it. And so Kip, willing to set that up instead of a hydrant, gets a ton of value off of it, as Kazuya, with one back tilt, is able to send that thing flying.
Yeah, goes for a laser to try to finish that one off, but it won't connect. Kip able to reverse that one a little bit. Now Kazuya off stage. Oh, but he hits Kip into the stage, can't tech it, and now we even the stock count at 2. High percentage on Willie, though he catches the bell outright, and the rage drive's online. That could have been disastrous. The stun will send Kip up to the ledge. Willie forced to air dodge to the ledge, or the platform the first time, excuse me. The rage drive still online, not hit out of him yet, 118%. Eats the hydrant, still has it though, lasting a very long time.
And we do see Hydrant Connect able to armor through it, goes for the Rage Drive. It won't KO with the good DI, as an apple appears from the blast zone, trying to potentially sneak attack Willie, but it won't connect this time around.
Yeah, so now 160% now on Willie. He gets bailed out by the platform, but not for long. He does catch a bell and lose that stock. So Kip, again, with an stock advantage here. Not something we see very often. Willie taking a while to punish that missed grab. The laser comes out, does not connect. Now Kip stuck under the stage. What? Wow, all right, excuse me.
That was a crazy sort of setup there for that to work out. We do see Kip able to find a forward air, keep the damage rolling, as Kip sitting at 136, trying to find these couple of hits. A couple of up airs will be able to keep things going, as Willie does find the opportunity for the up special to close out the stocks. It is one stock to one stock once again, as Kip takes a moment to breathe.
Yeah, again, Willie one game away from a bracket reset.
Chris.
Here comes a Kazuya
No
combo.
way.
I mean, he might just be dead. The up
way. It's not
lanes.
enough.
Pac-Man does survive that, but not before taking 124%. He won't go down to that one. Another laser comes out, and it will not land. Kip still looking back to make it back to the stage. The up B catches the roll, and Kip does lose the stock. So we go to a bracket reset. What a stock out of Willie.
Yeah, that was pure just momentum. Kip taking the moment to breathe, trying to reset all momentum. But when you sit on the platform like that, it truly it reduces your invincibility. You have like 5-6 seconds of invincibility coming off of that platform if you drop right away. But this time around, it was maybe like a second, maybe 2. So Willie, out the gate, just says, you're not going to be ready for this. Full combo, full string, caught in just the right spot so Kip can't go for the platform, and it works out exceptionally well for Willie.
Yeah, and great DI too, to survive not only the first up B, but then I believe it was a back air that kill sparked was it forward air? Forward air that it kill sparked the second time, but then ultimately the second up B enough to get it done. So we go to a bracket reset, a clean slate for both of these players. Now no gimmicks, 0-0, no bracket reset. This is the bracket reset. This is just a best of 5 to determine the winner of our second Gamer Bash.
Yeah, Mr. Bogart has made an appearance once again. Willie feeling like he may have an opportunity to equalize things, as Kazuya looked good, but I would argue that Terry did have a lot more going for him in those first couple of matches. So, already building up a ton of percent onto Kip as the auto turnaround goes for the jab up B. It won't KO, but the crack shoot in the heavens will.
Yeah, very, very interesting, unique call out of Willie to go for that crack shoot up high, and it will confirm off the top. Here comes a good combo out of Willie, or out of Kip, excuse me. He goes for the rising tackle off stage, and we heard the reaction from Willie. I don't know if that was a misinput or what.
He wanted the platform. He wanted to be escorted back.
I didn't see it. I didn't think of that. So Willie trying to get creative, ultimately doesn't fall his way, and he loses a stock for it. So now a lot closer game than it was just a second ago, but Killspark on the power dunk will send Kip very close to the blast zone, but not losing the stock yet.
And we do see a Hydrant is dropped. Kip able to get to the other side. Parries the crack shoot. Will be able to throw out the Galaga, but is hit by the Hydrant in the process. And now we will see a potential double jump to get past the Willie setup. A couple of good hits, trying to send Kip back off stage, but look at how Willie is not going off. Not trying to contest the recovery necessarily, but just keep Kip on his toes for the ledge setup. As the grab goes, the power dunk will connect, and Willie is sitting at 92, dancing around that go percent.
Yeah, Kip caught facing the wrong direction after that one. He clanks off the bell, so Willie still holding on to this stock. Go meter online, 117% on this Terry, and still stringing combos together, looking pretty good. Spike will not catch the jump. Again, clanking with the fruit. The apple, not enough to finish the job. He hits the shield, finds a grab, gets Kip off stage, and Willie goes off stage as well. Rising tackle goes up high, but not enough to finish it off. The apple goes wide as well. Kip looking to get back to the ledge, and he gets caught in the jab power dunk, and he will go down. Willie takes game 1 once again in this bracket reset.
Yeah, and it was just looking really smooth. It feels like it's so difficult to get your game plan going against Terry. That crack shoot just takes up so much space. It's dancing around that fire hydrant, as well as these Nair combos are just offering so much value that it feels like it's difficult for Kip to find a moment to get a solid Galaga combo rolling. It's difficult, but it's doable. It's just a couple of small changes.
Yeah, so with Willie taking game 1, again, deja vu to before this bracket reset, but a lot closer than last time, right? We saw Willie's first 2 wins in the last series were overwhelming and kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, Kip down 3-1 stocks at one point in both of those first 2 games, so not able to say that this time around. A lot better showing so far out of Kip, but still coming up just short in game 1, looking to change that narrative now.
Yeah, but there's the bell. It is stolen from Kip and is going to be thrown back in his face. He's able to survive the forward smash as Willie takes a couple of steps back to try and bait out a roll, but instead we'll find the jab power dunk to send Kip flying back off stage. Kip throwing the orange. Looked like Willie was trying to go for the regrab, but instead we'll find another opportunity for the jab up B to close out the stock.
Yeah, with Kip taking a breath with every stock lost, taking a little reset off the platform, and the bell into forward smash from center stage just outright takes the stock and ties the game. 2 stocks 0-0, but jab power dunk still connects, and the spike also connects. Again, Pac-Man with an incredible recovery will never go down to that unless it's all the way to the blast zone. As they continue to trade blows, Galaga comes out, and it does catch the Terry sleeping, so good percentage there to bring it back to even once again.
When we saw that crack shoot there, but Kip was a little bit earlier on sending the hydrant flying towards Willie, which means that it worked out in his favor. Kip saying, I do not want to deal with that. Instead, we'll try to dance around it, but the bell hits in just the right spot, and the auto turnaround working against Willie, but still hitting in the right spot.
Yeah, the bell stuns the hydrant, and again, the death into stun into forward smash combo reigning true for Kip as bell gets grabbed, and it will stun in return. So Kip, again, responding quickly and evening the game out.
Look at this song and dance, Chris. We see it again. Crackshoot getting around the fire hydrant as the combo game is started. Couple of good hits. Forward air into the down air will get a little bit more. And the nair potentially as a setup, it won't be enough this time around, as nair into the burn knuckle will get a solid amount of build-up onto Kip.
Yeah, Hydrant helping out with that one a little bit, sending Kip a little farther off stage with a little push onto Terry. The forward smash comes out and goes wide, so now percentages starting to even out once again after a great start to this stock from Kip. The shield onto the Power Geyser. He SDIs out of the Power Dunk combo, so we return back to the stage, but close calls both directions, and neither player willing to go down just yet.
Yeah, and we are sitting at go, and it's clear that Kip is trying to play around a surprise Buster Wolf from Willie, but Willie trying to use the power waves to prevent Kip from charging anything. The dash attack connects, but Kip has really good DI to hold on as that dash attack KOs at crazy points. We do see a spike down air to prevent the jump get up, but a very quick landing from Willie means that he will be able to get in for the roll-in and get a jab into the rising tackle.
Yeah, it looks like Kip's really struggling to find the answer to these ledge interactions. He can't get around the auto turnaround. He gets caught jumping with the spike. It just feels like Willie kind of has Kip's number right now and has a lot of momentum to boot. So now we find ourselves, once again, similar situation. Kip down 2 games in a best-of-5. Back against the wall in grand finals. Willie looking to repeat with one more win right here.
So as we go out the gate, already Kip is playing much more aggressive. Got the Galaga going and is immediately contesting Willie, making sure that Willie, if he's going to go for these options, he needs to respect the space that Pac-Man can control. It feels like Willie has been playing hyper-aggressive and could have been stuffed out on occasion, but instead is now starting to feel that pressure as Kip is making sure that Willie understands the game plan.
Yeah, Go Meter online again. Kip finding good momentum to start this one off, able to bail out of a tight situation there with his trampoline. 135% now on to Willie, sending him flying from hydrants in the key lands, but not enough to find the stock just yet. The bell comes out and it clanks off the power dunk. Kip able to get out of that combo though, so no major punish just yet. Another jab combo, the burning knuckle will send Kip flying, but again, not enough to secure a stock. So both of these players now climbing the percent ladder, but a dash attack at the ledge. Again, Kip just struggling to get back onto the stage around these interactions.
And we do see one quick forward air into the rising tackle will send Willie into a bad spot. The back air does connect to get a little bit of game plan going, but in exchange, the water assisting Willie in getting a solid amount of percent built up onto Kip. 85 in total as Kip has to stay off stage to charge the initial fruit to get his game plan online.
10%. All that Kip has to show in this second stock. He does fall out of the rising tackle, but instantly gets parried, and just like that, the small window of opportunity evaporates. A missed grab out of Willie, and another combo that Kip falls out of. Again, continuing these efforts, and the hydrant goes towards Kip. Now 135%, dangerously close to losing this stock. Dash attack lands, and it does KO off the top. Again, momentum barreling in Willie's favor right now.
With that, we do see a potential last stock situation for Kip. It is going to be on Kip to take 2 stocks if he wants the series to stay alive. And Willie is sitting at a crisp 105. Go Meter online could be enough to close things out, but for now, the bell connects, and we do see Kip use it for repositioning. Gets a solid back air to get Willie off stage, goes for the hydrant onto the ledge, uses the orange and the water to keep the pressure rolling as the trampoline goes for a combo into the spot dodge move for the Power Geyser to combo off of it.
Yeah, Kip getting caught in his shield. Willie waiting patiently, finds a grab, gets Kip off stage. Go Meter still online, Power Geysers on the table. Up smash goes wide, dash attack does connect. Not enough to finish all this off, though. 100% now on to Kip, just looking to take his one here and bring this to a 1-stock game. Grab will not land. Second grab does, and the back throw confirms. So One stock game, like we said, but Willie with a measurable advantage so far and one stock away from winning grand finals.
Yeah, eyes on the dash attacks, Chris. We're seeing up smashes fly as well as Willie goes for the down throw. It won't combo into anything, but he's looking for those auto reset power dunks, trying to get Kip to commit to something, but instead Kip playing it slow, playing it back, willing to find an opportunity off of something that he knows he can punish rather than committing to something risky at this point.
Yeah, able to make it back. The up smash not landing. So Willie makes his way through that hydrant, and Kip gets to string a combo together. Galaga comes out, has the regrab. Big percentage value here for Kip. Absolutely still in this one as Willie free falls back to the stage into the waiting arms of Kip, but not able to string another combo together. So the stun confirms and the hydrant pushes him away. So Willie, again, living to see another day. A charged up smash, and Kip not out of this one yet.
That was an incredible reversal, Chris. Kip had all the momentum built against him and found the moment to sit back, relax, was very deliberate about not going for any crazy punishes, but going for the punishes that he knew would work. Instead of trying to 50-50 a potential setup, it just worked, and I think that's what it is you can play Smash Bros to the 50-50s, but Willie has been working so hard and finding those opportunities to just keep the pressure going on these spot dodge attacks, on these up tilts. The power geyser setups off of one good interaction. But Kip found it. Kip found a moment to breathe, and it's keeping the series alive.
Yeah, while the momentum has been swelling in favor of Willie, it feels like in the blink of an eye, all it took was one little opportunity, and Kip finds a response. So can he turn this into what would need to be a reverse sweep? 3 wins in a row, and he finds his first. A big moment for Kip, a big opportunity, but just that, an opportunity. Job is not done, and Kip will have to finish it in these next 2 games.
And here we return to a similar situation to what we saw before, where Willie goes into a series and has a little bit of difficulty with the Terry, which means that he feels comfortable swapping up the Kazuya, trying to get the game plan online and keep the pressure going. Kazuya going for the side special, trying to get that stun, but instead will find a trampoline as both players are sitting at about 60 or so %.
Yeah, the laser hits the hydrant, gives Kip enough room to charge up his fruit. The bell goes wide, and a laser comes out to try to secure that stock. Kip forced to recover, can't get the fruit he wants. Willie gets his grab, and we get a cinematic angle of that one as Kip sent off stage once again, but not for long. Grab connects, back throw not enough. Rage drive on the line, a little forward air to nudge him farther off stage. Bell comes out, and the up B catches Kip above him. First stock in Willie's hands.
Yeah, we're on a pretty flat stage, Chris. The bell does connect, which means that the Rage Drive is offline as both players reset back to 0. It is going to be on Kip to find these couple of hits. We see the forward airs connect, the Galaga is thrown. Willie sitting in shield, not wanting to deal with any sort of Galaga shenanigans. Instead, will eat a couple more forward airs, trying to jump around the hydrant and send it flying back towards Kip. Fruit being charged, getting the game plan online a little bit, but look at how Kip is willing to play this. He sits on the platform trying to get Willie to either stay on the main stage and let him charge or potentially keep him away.
Yes, 70% now on to Willie's Kazuya, and he gets back thrown off the stage once again. Another forward smash coming out would have landed. Willie's recovery going a little too high and catching him above the ledge there. Another shielded electric will keep Willie safe. the shield poking there, but not through the shield, as now Willie in a tight situation there for a couple seconds, but able to get out of it relatively unscathed.
Yeah, we do see Rage Drive online. Kip sitting high, throwing out the fire hydrant, using the fruit to potentially zone him out. Not looking for anything too crazy, instead is looking to take advantage of Willie, looking for this Rage Drive, but Willie able to find the orange, will send Kip off stage. Able to find the back air, will be able to use the trampoline to get back onto the stage as both players are sitting at a very high %.
Yeah, Willie looking for the up B there to try to catch the stock the same way he got the first one. Even percentages here at 122. Kip forced to use his trampoline to get back to the ledge. The auto turnaround, not enough to get Willie to catch the get up like he has been on the Terry. Rage Drive still on line, and I think you can tell that Willie would like to hold on to it and try to take the stock a different way, just like that, for example. So now Rage Drive still online, and that's 40% waiting in Willie's toolbox if he's able to land it.
Yeah, but he's sitting back right now, is looking for an opportunity to take advantage of Kip on the ground. He's sitting at 147. I could have sworn the Rage Drive goes down at 145, but even so, he's holding on to it for just a little bit longer. The apple connects, and there goes the Rage Drive.
Yeah, Kip dodges a bullet with that one. Now 170% on this Kazuya. Very heavy character, hard to take care of, right? It can be hard to finish stocks on this character. The grab goes wide, and this could be bad for Kip. Able to air dodge out of that one. The up smash will not come out or will not connect for Willie. So Kip, again, living to see another day, but Willie, once again, one stock away from a grand finals victory here.
Yeah, the apple is reflected. A ton of damage on it, but instead we'll get the jump call out. 177 rage will be enough knockback to close it out as the series completes. Willie walks away the victor.
Well, there you have it on your screen. Willie, the Kazuya, and Terry, and me, Sword Fighter, and Ridley, and whoever else he may have played off screen will be your Gamer Bash winner once again, defending his title. Kip coming in second, falling just short. A tragic break for the Pac-Man, but he will have plenty more opportunities to make up for it. But congratulations to Willie on another tournament win.
Yeah, it's easy to tell that a lot of those interactions in that matchup can feel extremely frustrating. Kip's Fire Hydrant offers so much safety in a majority of matchups, so to have an opponent who is very deliberate about dancing around the setups and just keeping the foot on the gas, I imagine it just is so incredibly rough to get around. But even so, you better believe that those players are talking right now and just kind of walking through it.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it behind us. These two guys at the end of the day are teammates. We know that to be true here at SU. They have done incredible things when on the same side of the line, but when pitted against each other, Willie now coming out on top 2 times in a row. So congratulations to him. I imagine we will hear from them soon, but also shout out, as you just saw behind us, Belt. Was it Belt Giver?
Yes.
Yeah, Belt Giver.
The Belt Giver.
The Belt Giver. Coming in third place as well. So we do have a new podium from last time. Like we mentioned, DJ Shoryu not here to defend his third place finish. So while 1 and 2 remain the same, Belt Giver making an appearance here to mix things up.
Yeah, switch from the Ryu to the Sonic. A pretty healthy switch, if I'm being honest. It's the kind of character that you expect to see on the podium. And frankly, the Belt Giver had a really good performance all around. Had a lot of great opportunities to show his knowledge. So with all that being said, I'm very happy with the performance we have seen from all of these players. Shout out to Kip and Willie for putting up with our Me Sword Fighter shenanigans. But even so, that last series was all that I could have asked for and more.
Yeah, Willie fighting all the way through a bracket reset as well, having to go the full distance, win as many games as possible, and still come out on top in the long run. So shows the adversity of these players. While there were 9 players in the pool at large, ultimately these nights can go long. It can be a lot of smashes, especially when you get a bracket reset in grand finals. But Willie still not letting it phase him and coming out on top, staying true to form, defending his title, and looking good the whole time.
Yeah, a beautiful performance all around. I believe we will have a bit of an award ceremony between the players, or potentially an interview between all 3. And I look forward to that because I'm curious what the little factors of it all, like what's running through your head. There is one more event for this semester for this Clark County Gamer Bash, which, I mean, hey, could be another opportunity to really mix things up.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure as many of these players will return, hopefully, as possible. We certainly hope that everybody here is able to make it out to all future events, as well as everybody who was able to make it to the first one will continue to support this line of events. But yeah, sounds like we have some players standing by to take it away. We've got Ben ready to wrap this thing up for us. Ben, take it away.
Thank you so much, Chris and Kevin. I am standing by with our third place winner here, the Belt Giver. Congratulations on the third place win. I have your reward right here. Let me get it on out. Boom.
Thank you.
There you go. You got some McDonald's gift cards for yourself. Is there anything that you would like to say?
I got cooked, but hey, had a good time. That's what matters, right?
That is indeed what matters. Congratulations on third place. Round of applause for third place, everybody. Alrighty, second place, get on over here. Make your way down the red carpet. Kyle, congratulations on second place. Very, very tough grand finals matchup that we just watched, but I have your reward right here as well.
Thank you.
Boom, you're very welcome. You got some McDonald's coupons and some paintball coupons. So if you want to go paintballing, you can do that too. Anything that you would like to say?
So say thank you for hosting. Thank you, Clark County. And thank you, David, for bringing this event to us.
For sure, for sure. All righty. Thank you, Kyle. Round of applause for second place, everybody. Willie, go on over here. First place winner. You got some goodies to receive, right? You got some an Alamo Fun Pass, which is 4 movie tickets and 2 popcorns, plus 2 paintball coupons. So you can go paintballing as well with the Smash team possibly here at SU. So here you are. Ugh. There you are.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the win. Walk me through kind of what that grand finals looked like. I know you and Kyle play all the time. What was it like going head to head yet again with your mains?
It's always a very unique experience whenever I play against Kyle because he and I specifically, our characters are so strangely like even in some instances where it feels like the only way for us to win is to know more what the opponent is doing. And in this instance, it felt so obvious. Every single game Kyle won, he had figured out something new that I wasn't ready for. And every game I won, I had to think of something new. Like even that last like interaction, it felt like it wasn't something that I'd gone for all set or all 2 sets. And it just sort of, I'm always grateful to have the opportunity to play against players that force me to think like that. And it's always a wonderful time.
Yeah, I mean, we saw both of your mains here today, right? We saw Terry to start on the first. I believe in that bracket reset was pretty much all Terry, and then you swapped over to that Kazuya halfway through that final set. What was the decision-making process behind that switch?
So I think, again, a lot of the instance of me having to think of new things that he isn't ready for really comes into play after game 3. If I'm up 2-0 and I lose a game there, because that sort of indicated to me he started to catch on to some of these things. And information overload really, really helps against my characters because they have so much. And if I'm able to potentially throw off what he's downloading about my Terry, the habits that I'm not catching on to yet, if I can go Kazuya for a game, force him to think about a completely new set of options, especially with Kazuya, because if you don't, then you just die. But like forcing someone to think about that entirely new set of problems also gives me the option to, if he wins again, he thinks I've managed to get across both of these, then I go back to Terry, reset the same situation again, except this time I know a little bit more.
No, for sure. Well, hey, congratulations on the victory here tonight. Round of applause for first place for the Gamer Bash. Congratulations on the win. All right. You are free to go, my friend. Do whatever you so please with your tickets. Maybe go see Minecraft again. Who knows? Could go see Minecraft again. Alrighty. Thank you as well for everyone that came out to support our players here tonight. A huge shout out to some of our sponsors, which I'm going to read off for you guys. We got GUI, Alamo, Draft House Cinema, Narangus Management Corporation, The Cousins Adventure Parks, Skank Foods, and H&N Funkhauser and Co. Thank you so much for the sponsorship. Thank you so much to the partnership with the Clark County Parks and Recreation. It has been an absolute blast. We will be having another competition as well in a little under a month, like a couple days under a month. May 10th will be yet again another competition for Smash Bros. So if you want to participate, please show up. We would love to have you guys on board and competing for these prizes. As always, thank you so much from the Shenandoah squad, the broadcast. Thank you for all of your support as well, and we will see you guys next time.
you